We're going to take all the breeding age females and bring them to Las Vegas, and I'll distribute them to the men who have changed their names to Corey. No kings, no presidents, no senators, just Corey. I don't need to sleep. I don't use currency. I'm not a part of this time. I used to be 2 Corys, now I'm 1.
Oh.
What are you guys into? What do you do?
We're tag.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's all going away. Currency, everything. We're going to flip into a new society.
What do you do?
I'm outside of space at times. Change your name to Corey. After that, you will be executed. If you don't change your name to Corey in 3 months, you're going to be executed.
The only thing that I've seen from you that has not, really panned out is the old Bitcoin statement.
I still don't believe in Bitcoin, but as Jamie Dimon said a couple years, not just to me, to the shareholders, if my customers want me to make a market in I'll make a market in If you think it's going to replace the dollar as the main currency, if you think it's going to be like the national bank, that's just not going to happen.
But it's happening.
No, it's not. So it has $2 trillion in value, whatever the value is. But if you think that the Ford Foundation, the Rocket Foundation, the Federal Bank Reserve,
they're all buying it.
They're buying 1%.
Well, why would they want any if it's going to be valueless?
Because it's an embarrassment clause. Just in case it goes to $1 trillion, they participated. It's just so they're not totally embarrassed.
I feel like everybody follows that one person that like always be in a gym but then show no progress. And they're not even like overly overweight or underly skinny either. They're just like average. And like, bro, I'm rooting for you. I'm fucking rooting for you. I fuck with your consistency. You need to, but like, something behind the scenes, something behind the camera you're not doing, my boy. Like, get in the calorie deflect, progressive overload. That's all I gotta say. Like, what? Cause you wasting time. You pissing me off. Cause I see you all the fucking time in the gym. You pissing me off cause you look the same. Like, I'm waiting for the transformation. It's been 2 years, my G. Like, get the fuck out the gym. Might as well just get another job. The amount of time you spend in the gym to look mid, to look.
And there was a woman in this foreign intelligence service who was
the ugliest woman I've ever seen in my life.
Like, you want to avert your eyes. Like, she came off the
side of Notre Dame.
She was a stone gargoyle with a giant
Mole right here with a giant hair coming out of it.
that kind of ugly. So I asked her just to meet me privately for lunch on Saturday. Don't tell anybody. And she agreed. And I was like, oh my God. She said yes. And I ran back to the office. I was like, she said yes to a lunch on Saturday alone. And my boss says, okay, here's what I want you to do.
I want you to fuck her. And I said, what? I said,
Have you ever seen her? And he said, I know, but we're the good guys.
and you're gonna have to take one for the team. And I go, oh my God. I said,
I know. Okay, I'll do it.
The more retarded you are, the more money you're gonna make. This, for example, gold, silver, NASDAQ, S&P 500, crypto, it's all disgusting. It's all painted red. What would the retard do? The retard looks at this and goes, throw it all in. All the chips, throw the house at it. This is the perfect opportunity. The investors sitting there, they're like, no, maybe we should keep our hands off. The market kind of looks a little shaky. Fuck you, dude. Checkmate. End of 2026. Who made more money? The retard or the investor that played it safe? The retard wins every time. Every single fucking time.
These bitches are selling pussy. These bitches are absolutely selling pussy, my guy. If she has 15,000 followers on Instagram, like 7 posts, she's selling pussy. If she has a nicer car than you and you're not really sure what she does for work, what do you think she does for work? If she owns anything Chanel, she's selling pussy, dog. If she's an 8 or above, there is a 33% chance that she is selling pussy, has sold pussy, or will sell pussy. This is probably the reason why she doesn't want to be in a relationship with you, because she can't afford it. She's become accustomed to this lifestyle. Now she has to sell pussy. She's put herself in a hostage situation with herself. They're slanging the cooch. If they're not explicitly selling pussy, they're in so many words selling pussy. If you are trying to date beautiful women in 2020, you're gonna pay your one currency or another. Your time, your attention, fucking suffering, sacrificing your fucking dignity. What a lot of guys do. I'll tell you this, the better you are with game, the less you gotta pay.
What I find fascinating. Even within black pill communities, there's a contradictory impulse towards action. Look-smaxing, mewing, bone smashing, all of these absurd, borderline self-destructive practices are aimed at improving physical appearance. On the surface, it contradicts the black pill's fatalism. It's striving. If everything's determined by genetics, why bother? But I think what's happening is this. Look-smashing is the aesthetic expression of the will to survive. It's young men saying, okay, fine. The game is rigged, but I'm going to squeeze every advantage I can out of the hand I was dealt. It's tragic in the very classical sense. It's Sisyphus pushing the boulder. It's the Stoics accepting fate, but acting with excellence anyway. Because here's the thing about the ancient Stoics. They were black-pilled. They believed in determinism. They believed that fate was already written, that the universe unfolded according to an inevitable logic, and that most of what happened to you was outside of your control. But their response was, act anyway. Control what you can control.
I knew a motherfucker who was so ass at trading that this nigga became good at trading from literally doing the opposite of what the fuck he was gonna do, gang. That's how shitty that nigga was at trading. That every decision that nigga made, the stock literally did the opposite every single time. And so what this nigga started to do was literally, instead of him going with his first thought, he would do the opposite of what his first thought was, and that nigga would hit every time, gang. That's how that nigga became profitable, bro. I swear to God, bro. Think about it, gang. So that nigga literally became profitable from sucking ass at trading. Bro, I swear to God, bro, I'm not trolling, gang. I'm dead ass, bro. That nigga just had the worst luck in the market, bro. So what he started to do was, if his first thought was calls, that nigga would play a put and hit on that bitch, bro. That nigga ran it up off that shit, bro. I swear to God, to this day. To this day, bro, that nigga is a beast at trading from sucking ass, bro.
Damn, Ron, come on! What's the matter with you? There is no tomorrow! There is no tomorrow! There is no tomorrow!
Broski, the market is so red, I thought my MacBook was bleeding. This is the end, cuz. Yesterday I was a millionaire, today I'm a slumdog. This is not a dip, this is a black hole.
Imbeciles, they have no idea. This is not a black hole, this is the beginning of a big bang.
Why is Broski not panicking with us? Yeah, why is he so unfazed? Have you checked your wallet, cuz? The crypto is down 85%. Allow him, Broski, he's still in denial. Is it down by 85%? Or is it 85% off? Oh shit. Nah, gang, not the hustler mindset. Not the hustler mindset. Bro said it's not a crash, it's a discount. Circumstances, but you can change your mentality.
Remember, brothers, the market sends his toughest battles to his most financially literate soldiers. When the Nasdaq falls, will you give up? Or remember that no amount of setbacks defeat a qualified mind? You see a dip and start to sell, but I remember that sudden emotions lack logic. Down isn't permanent. So I invest more into the S&P because I was born to struggle and persist.
Nah, man, them. How does he do this guy know something? Broski, was you in the board meeting with Donald Trump?
So tell me, brothers, when the crops go dry, will you sell your land or sow more seeds, knowing that the harvest will always return?
He's really got that hustler mindset. Bro's got that JP Morgan mentality. That's that quarter-zip discipline, cuz. Yeah, gang. Yeah, a few individuals that make it out, cuz. This guy's one of them.
Nobody knows about that fucking degenerate life when you're fucking down 40,000 and you battle the fuck back. You say, you know what? You know what? I'm a fucking strong, independent man. And you're not gonna tell me I should go to bed. I'm gonna battle the fuck back. And I'm gonna fucking get my money back. And guess what? I got my motherfucking money back. That's right.
Asset. Well, Bitcoin is the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best. There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right? Right? There's no second best. Okay. But take all your money, buy Bitcoin, then take all your time, figure out how to borrow more money to buy more Bitcoin, then take all your time and figure out what you can sell to buy Bitcoin. And if you absolutely love the thing that you don't want to sell it, go mortgage your house and buy Bitcoin with it. And if you've got a business that you love because your family works for the business, it's in your family for 37 years, and you can't bear to sell it, mortgage it, finance it, and convert the proceeds into the hardest money on earth.
Whoa. And we're live, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to the Dollar Cost Crypto Show, man. Ask Me Anything 166. 20 million Bitcoin have been mined officially today, you guys. It's kind of a crazy thing. It took from 2009 to 2026 for this to happen to Bitcoin, man. That's crazy, man. Like, this is like a very, very, very important milestone in the history of Bitcoin. But also it's a little bit sad as well because there's only 1 million left. There's only 1 million Bitcoin left. And it's going to take 100 years for the last million to get mined. That's insane. That's crazy. Just think about that, actually. It's like, holy shit. Almost like just about every year we're getting like 500,000 or like a certain good chunk of Bitcoin. And now, like, after the next halving, there's fucking nothing coming out. Sheesh, dude. That's crazy, man. Like, absolute insanity, man.
One drunk man is more intelligent than 3 women with PhDs.
Thank you so much.
That's
thank you so much. Thank you so much.
That's
Mr.
It's interesting. There's inflation now, right? But whatever coins, I think we're getting like, I believe we're getting like 3.25 Bitcoin every 10 minutes. It could be less than that. But you guys, you got to stack some Bitcoin. You have to stack some Bitcoin right now because these boomers and these fucking, as these boomers die and the boomers are alive, and these Xers who control some of the financial markets are the piping, the infrastructure, the roadways, the waterways have mostly been put in place now for that wealth transfer to start happening from equities into crypto. Obviously not all equity money, But all equities are coming to crypto. It's happening. There's a reason I haven't sold any of my Bitcoin or any of my Ethereum this cycle, because I just had that feeling. Now, obviously, right, like Bitcoin is down about roughly like 50% from its all-time high. It's not the worst time to DCA, but you've got to pepper it very, very lightly. You got to pepper it very lightly. This is an AMA, obviously. If you super chat, I'll answer your question. If it's about numerology, it's got to at least be up to $10 because I don't want to do like a million fucking numerology questions. But Ethereum is in some boat that, I mean, we're having like all the actual like dApps and infrastructure plays that were built out on the L2s from a lot of the money and backbone of Ethereum money and Ethereum speculators migrating back to Ethereum L1s. There's a lot of good stuff happening in Bitcoin right now, in crypto in general, and Ethereum. Kraken's partnered with major Wall Street firms to bring equities onto their platform to start trading, I believe, like 24/5, eventually 24/7. It's happening. It's happening, you guys. This is fucking crazy, dude. I mean, like, I don't know, that 20, I don't know, when I saw that 20 million Bitcoin number, it really hit me, dude. I was like, fuck, man.
How they legends, they doing podcasts. They said, we make more money than you, nigga. We sit here and make more money than you. I know you don't want to play the Cash App, open your bank account game on the phone when we see each other. I know you don't want to open your phones up and see how much niggas got in the account. You made $2 million.
I know you don't want no ATM battle, nigga.
Yeah, nigga don't want to, nigga, we make more money than you, nigga. You talking about, oh, they podcast. Nigga, because we getting chicken. We make more money than you. You better come, you want a job? We might got a job for you, nigga. Yo, Nick, did we throw you a 25,000 bonus for nothing the other day? Throw it on Nick.
Just for nothing.
Throw it on Nick in the control room. In the control room. Put the camera on him. Throw the camera on him real quick.
Don't gamble. Oh yeah, don't gamble money that you can. Man. I mean, unless it's a lock. There's no such thing as a lock. That's the thing. Unless it's a lock. If it's a lock, oh my God, it's a little different.
Throw it on Kyle. Throw it on Kyle. It's true, Jose, man. If this information doesn't open people's eyes, I don't know what will. Like, it's because they want to buy tops. People want to buy all-time highs. They want to buy. Women and men invest like women. They want to fuck the winner. Bitcoin's the winner. It's just right now he got beat up. He lost his job. He's still Chad Thundercock. You got to know when to invest with testicular fortitude. You got to just start lightly peppering some DCAs right now. You don't go hard in the paint, very light. You should be buying heavily into USDC or Tether, but probably USDC. For when those prices, when we get closer to like 50K, 40K Bitcoin, you get yourself a Bitcoin. Even if you can only afford a tenth of a Bitcoin, put that shit away, dude. Even if it takes, all right, $5,000. Where else can you turn like $5,000, put it away, just forget about it. Buy a tenth of a Bitcoin, right, when it hits $50,000. Where else can you buy a tenth of a Bitcoin? Forget about it. Put it away. Put it in the treasure. Even if it takes 10 fucking years, which I doubt, but like 10 years to hit $1 million, you've turned $5,000 into $100,000. Imagine if you're able to accumulate more than that. Like the whole gold run, the whole gold run people were going crazy about was like a 2x. People were like losing their mind. Crypto's dead. The world, it's all over for everything else. And so finally gold supremacy is here for a 2x. And now it's going back down. Silver had its run, but it went an entire 15 years without really running. Silver had been basically $15 to $30 for about a decade. Then finally it gave some runs, thank God. It ran up to like what, $1.20. Most people couldn't sell it without taking basically a $30 hit on spot. If you're lucky, you're able to sell it for $100 an ounce. If you bought it at $20 or $30, it's still a W. Pays the silver stack. I had a lot of guys in the CMC and in the Citadel sell some silver at the time, and their whole silver stack's paid for. The whole silver stack's paid for. And now they're like moving their DCAs into other stuff right now, which is smart. Like that's a smart way to do it. When you get given those gifts, you can really make some benefits and shit like that. Because like people only had to sell a little bit of the silver stack to make all their money back from silver. And now they're able to roll that into crypto and still keep their silver for the most part, 80% of it. You know, look, Mom, I'm not dumb. It only took 15 years, Mom, but I did it.
Work's been such a drag.
I hate my boss.
I worked quintuple overtime with no pay.
Man, y'all still working?
Yeah. Oh, in this economy, camera? Are you kidding with inflation?
We get it.
Let Daddy talk.
Like, y'all still gotta clock in?
Oh, yeah, I'm just counting down the days till we start our OnlyFans.
Yeah. Hey, you're doing it with me. No, we already have a contract.
Man, I've been telling y'all to tap into this crypto, man.
The good old digital currency.
Would you let him explain?
Man, I'm talking about I'm making millions.
You can provide me the lifestyle I deserve.
I've been doing crypto since 2019.
2019?
What the f*** have I done with my life the past 5 years?
I told y'all should have tapped in back then.
Could have been long-term investors, but we're just low-life imbeciles. We're letting us...
Low-life imbeciles. Oh, my God. Hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'm shadow banned because I'm trying to get people to get rich, man. I'm trying to make this money, man. Rapid. What's going on? Unchanged. How long should we hold stables in a cold wallet? Honestly, I think you should at least have half of your stables in a Trezor and something like a quarter of it on like a hot wallet to buy Ethereum or other like either like Solana or on Solana and or just Ethereum, depending on your poison on what you like, and probably something like 25% split amongst like 2 exchanges, Kraken, and then pick your other favorite exchange for like limit orders, something like that. That way you have money everywhere. So you're able to like that 50% that you have there on the Trezor, it can go as high as 80% if you want, but you can draw upon that when you see like a gangster, once you ran through the exchange money and you ran through the wallet money, like fuck, you bought Solana cheap, you bought Ethereum really cheap. Then you can like look at the lay of the land, go like this and go like, boom, let's go. And then you really can go hard in the paint. That's the way I do it. El Chivo, 33 GOAT. Let's go, man. That's right. That's right. Yeah, you can buy Bitcoin on MetaMask now, but I'm not sure on the fees. I've never done it on MetaMask, but you can. You can finally, after all, I don't know, fucking 5-6 years, you can finally buy Bitcoin on or hold Bitcoin on a MetaMask finally after all these years, which is insane. Bunkai. Thoughts on buying coin hood strategies BMR during quarter four? There's going to be key points for them and stuff, but I think that's a decent time. We're going to talk about that a lot in the CMC, which launches officially in 4 days. We're live. We're live in 4 days on Friday the 13th. We're going live. You guys, what's today? Monday. So yeah, dude, we're going live in a few days, man. It's gonna be cool, man. That's gonna be a part of it. First time we're gonna include equity plays that are related to cryptocurrency, as well as like, we're gonna include a couple other ones we think are just good long-term investments. But stay within our realm of competency, which is like, the crypto space or adjacent crypto space cryptos or equities, basically. Cash App offers BTC. Yeah, I'd say Cash App is probably the cheapest place you can buy Bitcoin, especially for guys. I mean, you could literally buy I've literally bought $1 of Bitcoin, which is pretty cool. They give also like reduced fees or no fees for people buying reduced Bitcoin in terms of like, if you buy recurring Bitcoin like every day or every week on a set schedule, they lower the fees down to nothing, especially on smaller purchases. And the way they get you is they sell you Bitcoin at a slightly higher price, but because you're buying so little, it's really not that much, basically. Yeah, definitely. So like we've so you can also use people like to maximize their Citadel discount. So every month they're in the Citadel, you get $50 off, up to like I believe $600. So like you can get the course for like half off. Not even joking around, man. I think we had a super chat here. Oh, I know I answered it. Yeah, Bonkai. But yeah, we're definitely going to talk about that. But yeah, I like coin, hood. That's Robinhood Strategy. That's Michael Saylor's company, and BMMNR, which is BitMine. I like all of them. Yeah, those are all going to be added to my portfolio. Obviously, right now, like the founder of Coinbase, just Brian Armstrong, keeps selling the stock off. It's going to survive. It's still here, but like, it's interesting, right? Because you know how these exchanges work. There's other ones we're going to talk about in the course and stuff, like kind of like Gemini, a little more riskier play, but you know, the Gemini twins are over here selling their Bitcoins right now, probably saving up capital to buy the low on their own stock right now. Because we know when Bitcoin, just like everything, like what views are down, everything's down. When that when that flips and that goes, the amount of people going back to exchanges, the money they can make off of selling cryptos goes up. So the stocks will do a hard bounce off of like, oh, we're in another crypto bull run or another Bitcoin bull run. The exchange stocks usually pop pretty well, man. Pretty well. Yeah. Definitely, man. Oh, Chivo says, man, thanks to you, I've decided to hedge my RH position from the fall of 24 with Sui, 8K and going 10K plus in Sui. Nice. 1K in Doge. Yeah, I mean, Doge is a super safe play. There's a couple other plays we like to talk about. I love to see the CMC dog at 10 cents. Yeah. Like, I mean, that's actually a really good one too. Let's pull that up a little bit. Yeah, it's at 9 cents right now. You know, if we do get one more drawdown, I mean, if Bitcoin draws down to like, you know, let's just say 10,000 down or maybe like 16,000 down, closer to like the $1 trillion market cap. We basically like, I mean, let's see if they updated the website yet. Yeah, 20 million. Look at that right there. 20 million and 106 Bitcoin. Sheesh. That next million's going to take a long time, man. Holy shit, man. Yeah, we early today. Yeah. This stream was supposed to be on Saturday, but I just couldn't do it. I was pretty under the weather. I was even under the weather when we did the Pulse Chain mega stream on Charlie's channel, I believe on Friday. But yeah, man, my son gets sick and I get sick. But it is what it is. But yeah, man, doing this Monday stream. Charlie's got a stream tomorrow, and I'm going to do a stream on Wednesday. And probably both me and Charlie do a stream on Thursday before we travel out to Miami, basically interlinked. Yeah, I know. It gets through his defenses, goes through mine. That's how it works. That's how it works, man. But yeah, like everything, man. Like unless you are really, really confident in just one, unless it's Bitcoin or Ethereum, Solana. After a certain point, we have to see if the rebound's real on it. Of course, again, because like the reason Solana performed so well is because it was kind of a favorite, but I think it still will perform really well, but it's going to have competition from base. This is a great question. If we're limited on money, what would you buy more, Bitcoin or Ethereum? So it's kind of a two-prong. It's kind of a contextual question in a way, because the Bitcoin low won't be there forever. So like I'd probably hyper concentrate on Bitcoin, and I think you'd have more time to get into Ethereum afterwards. So like I would probably do like most of your DCA into Bitcoin at the lows, and then move that over to Ethereum, and then over time into alts at that point. So something like that. ETH is probably going to go closer to like $1,100 to $1,400. But that Bitcoin low isn't going to stay there for long, right? So it's very likely, like maybe let's just say the bottom's like 48,000 on Bitcoin. Then we pop off. We'll be back at 68,000 between, and then then from there. So it's going to go 33% cheaper. 33% cheaper. It's going to go 33% cheaper from current prices, and then from there, you're able to just basically move that off to Ethereum, because Ethereum will hit low thousands, and it'll still be sub 2,000. So like you'll be able to that's what I would probably do the Bitcoin one, but don't get discouraged. Maybe like you might go for like 10th of a Bitcoin, 20% of a Bitcoin, just something that you can just put away in the treasury and just leave there. It'll be a nice chunk right there, and it's going to be sort of like a anchor to your portfolio to help balance out any losses from like risky plays that you do later on in 28 and 29 and stuff like that. Yeah. What do you consider a high amount of dry powder versus low amount? Well, I mean, it depends. Everyone's net worth and income is different, right? Like, it just all depends. I mean, like, I think for the average person, it's like everyone. I mean, by the time this low happens, everyone should have at least a couple thousand to like 10 grand in dry powder at least to kind of to like, you know, you might go like, I'll buy a couple ETH at these low prices and dump the rest into Bitcoin and then just keep your DCA. For some people, they have like 100,000 to like $1 million in stables right now, ready to go. Basically, it all depends. That's why that question is so difficult. Basically, I mean, what do I consider a stupid amount of? I mean, anything more? I mean, anyone that's got sitting on $300,000 of stables is like a good chunk. I mean, you're going to make some money because you're like, you got $300,000 in stables, right? And this thing hits like let's just call it $50,000. You could buy like 4 Bitcoin and then put 100 grand in Ethereum. So you buy yourself almost like 100 Ethereum. You buy yourself like 4 Bitcoin, and then your rest of your DCAs, like you've got like $300,000-$400,000 invested into Bitcoin. So like Bitcoin, no matter what it hits, you're going to make a really good amount of money, enough to like buy a house on that money. And then the Ethereum is kind of like the X factor there, you know, along with like, you know, Solana and other purchases as well. Yeah, exactly. So exactly. So you're gonna have that dry powder, but you're also like, you make these little DCAs now. Like right now, buying Ethereum under 2,000, right? Like it just popped up at 2,000. It will go slightly below this, and you're still if you buy Ethereum below this mark here, you're buying still within a safety zone, right? But like you're gonna like incur some short-term losses, but it's not going to be like an 80% down. Like you're not going to get an 80% down on Bitcoin or Ethereum right now, but you could get 50% and you could get 30% on Bitcoin. Just for you to kind of like contextualize like the losses there a little bit. Solana, roughly like a 50% drop on Solana. Like Solana can go anywhere from $30 to $40. That's quite a drop, but we know that like this thing could go back up to 260 in like 2 years or less. So that you can really make some serious money. I mean, I remember writing it up from like buying from $16 upwards, from $16 to $200 plus. That was a nice 10x plus. You know, that gives you some nice capital. You can roll into like memes, or you can roll back into like Ethereum. I always did kind of a partial play. I always just bought a little extra ETH and stuff like that with profits. And, you know, I'm still holding that ETH right now. Exactly. Yes. I did want to talk about one thing right now. Like Pudgy Penguins is actually kind of going up a little bit today off of some interesting news. Now obviously, look, let me look at price. Yeah. It's popped off a little bit, but nothing too much. There's some news on Pudgy Penguins. Pudgy Penguins has come out with a fucking video game. Literally. Like, let me see if I can pull it up for you guys. Fucking hilarious. Let me see. Looks like Pudgy might be the GameFi play. Oh no, then it's fucked. Are they going Animal Crossing? I swear to God, dude. Port Blubber Bay. If they still land in this bitch, I might have to jump in and make some money. Bro, land, I always make money on land. Welcome to Epstein's Island, Pudgy World. Oh my god, bro. It reminds me of Club Penguin, literally, bro. Or Habro Hotel or whatever. But why? The penguin survived, bro. They should have done a commercial like that. They should have done the penguin, like they should have done the penguin walking off into the mountain and it's heading to Pudgy World, bro. It's free to play. Yeah, but they're gonna add something to it, but we'll see. More than likely, if they're being really careful about it, they might just do no NFTs on it or a very small amount, and then it's just they charge fees, and then it's just another way for them to make money for the company instead of like the coin. But interesting, the lone penguin. But you telling me like that would have been a better commercial? Is like they should have had like the penguin walking to the mountain, but why? But why? Oh, it's like we gotta edit that somehow. This penguin, no matter what, even if we stop it, even if you were to grab it and take it back to the flock, it still goes towards the mountain. We have to ask ourselves, why? And then it just plays Pudgy World. Oh, that would have been a better commercial, bro. Oh my god. Bitches galore. Step back, citizen. The igloo is currently in investigation by the BPD. The Bird Police Department or the bipolar? Oh, hell no, bro. They really called it a BPD? Step back, citizen. This igloo is currently under investigation under the BPD. So confirmed. We got crazy girlfriend penguins. Confirmed. Let me see. That's the first girl one. The skins are, because like I'm be for real, bro. There's a lot of weird dudes in crypto, bro. Like Miladies, do not trust unless it's Vitalik. Don't trust anyone that has a Miladies profile pic. But like, you guys. There's gonna be like how many of these kind of homo dudes are gonna be buying the pink skin for the fucking penguins, bros? No, I ain't gonna lie though. I'll play this if they got an Akatsuki drip. If they got this with the red clouds, all right, I'll give it a shot. Coral Cove. Is that Pudgy Beverly Hills? Beverly Hills, yeah. They have a Beverly Hills, bro. If they don't sell land in this bitch, bro, I'm about to be pissed, bro. My God, bro. What the fuck, Miguel? I step away for 1 minute and I return to this shit. Yep, that's right, bros. Oh, no, bro. Oh, no. Pay attention, you guys. This penguin game might make some money.
The science guy. Bill Nye, the science guy. Bill.
Possibly. Maybe they give us coins, but it's going to be free to play. They're making money off the ads of people playing it, and then they need to get this on the App Store if they're really going to make money on it. But like more than likely, because it's a bear market, they're going to use. I believe they should, if they're smart enough, they should use half of the revenue they generate from in-app purchases and then people buying fucking stupid outfits. hopefully they use it to just buy the supply up, which will be good. What did I join? You joined Penguin Club, dude. Pudgy Penguins does not come up with a free-to-play game. When you hear free-to-play, that means you're going to pay somewhere later. Just like a girlfriend. Free-to-play, no download required. All ages. I'm going to have to check this out. Time for some investigative research, you guys. I'm on their main website right now, but why does it take me this long to find the game? So this is a bit of a problem. If this is live right now, yeah, Charlie is coming right now, very soon. Like, this is a bit of a problem right here, right? Like, we go here, right? Statistics right here, right? I'm on the main website. Play Penguin game now. Why isn't there a website right now to play the Penguin game? The token. Okay. 700 is 13% supply. The buy and burn is the most effective thing they could do for the supply. So that's more. Hopefully, the income they generate off this helps burn more token supply, while the Penguin token is down in the ditches right now. Because currently the price is about 60% of a penny. It's worth about 400 million market cap. Dude, that's what they need to do, bro. Penguin zombies, Penguin fucking first-person shooter. Like, they need to lean into, like, full GTA fucking, like, yeah. Penguin Solana validator. And choose using the official validator staking, but Penguin gives you a competitive APY within 5. Oh, that's pretty good. With Sol helping your institutional Penguin Sol strategy stake now. There's about 182,000 Solana. Wow. That's actually a pretty low amount of stakers, actually. So some people have got some serious soul in this bitch. So the average, I mean, if you just divide that up, I mean, the average person's got about 400 Solana staked on this thing. Careful, though, you guys. Careful. Not the time to be staking your soul right now. Just FYI. But this is why, this is one of the games that's going to survive. I mean, right now, they've officially entered into the GameFi sector. So I guess, obviously, they must not know the danger of that. See what I mean with these guys wearing pink? But this is their main website, and you can't play the game. You can't go on the game. That's fucking stupid. Like, this is already a big fuck up already for Pudgy Penguins. That's insane. But we digress. Let's actually look at the chart of Pengu a little bit. It's a token that I'm obviously actively, like, I think it's being run very well. They're actually creating products right now. This is good. They're launching right now. But this is all good. This is like, there's nothing but good news. That's actually pretty good. I wouldn't buy it right now, but let's see the kind of action they did. Max. At the peak, they were worth about 4 cents, 4.20. Oh, motherfucker, of course. So this could do, if it goes back, rough math here, 7x. So this has probably got another like 50% drop in it. Maybe it'll go to 300 million market cap. And the buy and burn is what's going to help kind of slow that down quite a lot. But, there's some good money that can be made on this. I mean, shit, if this thing can go down to 30% of a penny, maybe like 40% of a penny, you can pull a 10x out of this hoe. But, and they all fuck it up. Are they based in Australia? Oh, shit. If they're based in Australia, bro, we're cooked. The only trepidation that gives me about this is that they're made of GameFi. Oh, no, dude. Like,
What the fuck are you wearing, bro?
Yeah, man, got into crypto windfall, bitch. A couple of these altcoins in the portfolio went through the roof. And them NFTs I cop, yeah, up like 100x.
Whoa.
Thought my MetaMask wallet was gonna blow the server. IYKYK. If you know, you know. That's all I'm saying. Shit. It all tanked, bro. Some whales must have swam through. Rug pull on the NFTs. Market's on a downswing. ETH's dropping like a landslide. I'm hurting, baby.
Bro, that was 2 seconds ago.
You don't understand the game. It's brutal. Think you can Venmo me like $5, man? I'll get you back, I promise.
Yeah, chill, man. I got you. Jeez. That go through?
Yep. Took those $5, threw it down on a meme coin, a little gaming token I heard about on Reddit. Just did my research. Do your own research. It's not a big deal, so back to the moon. Hodl on this one all day. Oh, boy. You think you can Venmo me another $5?
Somebody, look, they're gonna make a clip out of this saying like, "Damn, I like this token. I'll buy it when it goes down 50%." And someone's gonna put 50% of their portfolio in this. And when, let's just say Pudgy Penguins fails, they're gonna start bitching at me about a year and a half from now, 2 years from now, and call me a scammer. And what I mean by 50%, I mean 100%, because they'll put 50% of what they can in a couple months, and then they'll keep DCAing it for the next 2 years. And then if it fails, I'm a piece of shit asshole who told them to put their entire, but if they hit, bros, if they hit, bro, like, man. Miguel, dude, I'm going to name my first son after you. I'm going to name him Michael or Miguel, bro. His middle name is Charles Xavier after Charlie. Bro, I got to meet you in person, dude. I want you to have a turn with my wife. And hey, dog, yo, chill, dog. I don't be doing that shit to my fucking watchers, dude. Please, bro, you don't understand. This is wife changing money. I'm ditching this hoe in a minute as soon as the Coinbase money clears, dude. I want to thank you.
The more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out. And also, if you stay down here and you never fuck around, you'll never find out.
And that's what happens, like that's what happens, right? Like the coin doesn't it's kind of crazy. I've people are asking me what GameFi coins you taking bets on. All right. I got some money on Illuvium. This is last cycle. I made like 1 or 2 DCAs, small DCAs. I'm talking about like sub 5,000. Like for my portfolio, that's not that much. It's like I made like a couple $1,000 purchases of Gala, and I made like 1 purchase or 2 purchases of Root. Literally, that were like under $2,000. I said scratch your bets. That's it. And then like some people are like, I put about 30% of my portfolio in Gala, and I put 40% into Root. What? What? But don't worry, Miguel. I just got my tax money back, and I just mortgaged my house for the second time, and I threw it all into Illuvium. Oh my God. Oh my God, bro. Oh my God.
And there was a woman in this foreign intelligence service who was
the ugliest woman I've ever seen in my life.
Like you want to avert your eyes. Like she came off the
side of Notre Dame.
She was a stone gargoyle with a giant
mole right here with a giant hair coming out of it.
That kind of ugly. So I asked her just to meet me privately for lunch on Saturday. Don't tell anybody. And she agreed. And I was like, oh my God. She said yes. And I ran back to the office. I was like, she said yes to a lunch on Saturday alone. And my boss says, okay, here's what I want you to do.
I want you to fuck her. And I said, what? I said,
have you ever seen her? And he said, I know, but we're the good guys.
And you're gonna have to take one for the team. And I go, oh my God. I said,
I go, okay, I'll do it.
Yeah, I mean, okay, cool, man. So joining the stream, a wild Charlie from Cultivate Crypto.
So,
did you hear the wild Pudgy news, Charlie?
That they would. I think they went up like a few percent for what, some game or something like that.
Yeah, they just launched the game, and I was just saying, like, they missed this golden opportunity to put like the penguin meme of walking to the mountain. It's like, but why?
Oh.
Why would it go towards the mountain? And then it goes into the fucking. They should have into the intro of the video game. But
Yeah, I mean, that's going to give it a little bit of a bounce, but I'm not so sure basically how well that's going to do. I mean, yeah. I guess it's the same thing with Pudgy last bear market, right? It was like, hey, they're doing something. Hey, they're swinging.
At least they're still coming out with stuff. It's like a free. It looks like it's a free to play game, but we're going to see if there's land sales in there, because that's one thing that makes money. But you have to be like in out within the next like day or two, basically of it. Basically,
Right.
like you have to get in early, and then you either sell it almost right away, or within those next 3 days before the volume kind of cuts off and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like you, like it's just like, yeah, that's good. But I mean, I guess there's one good thing with Bitcoin today, right? Which is that it closed, I think, above all the losses that I had on Sunday and Saturday. So basically made back weekend losses.
Right.
Like not bad, I guess. But I think for like a really good run here, all we need really is just actually on the daily candle, it's interesting. With the CC algo, it just says, hey, one or two more green candles in a row. So Tuesday, Wednesday's candles, as long as we're green, looks like we have a chance to pump, right? Ultimately, I'm not really going to get bullish again on anything until we get past about $75,000.
Right.
If we manage to jump up one more time to that level, that means the low pretty much is in for Q1, Q2, which is that 60 or 59,900 low that we received back in early February. So that's why that would be significant, even if it's like not that much gains for everybody, right? Or not that much exit liquidity, depending on what your strategy is. I would say it's still going to be like, okay, then the cycle low that we would get at the end of at the end of March into the beginning of April, that would then make that period super not easy to buy, because I think there's always going to be some level of doubt in the market.
Right.
But I would say you could probably go a lot more aggressive in that opportunity going into Q2 that we're setting up for in the crypto mindset course, if that's the case. Now, if we break down here, then, you would want to see it get so cheap that it's so oversold that, you'd want to go aggressive in something. So we'll see what we get. But knowing Bitcoin is probably just going to be like, you know what? I'm on vacation. I'm down in Sri Lanka, or I'm down in the Maldives or something, catch me in about 2 weeks. And like, it just doesn't do shit for like a couple of weeks. That's possible too, right?
No, definitely. So like, I wanted to show this a little bit. So, it's a silly token, but like good execution, basically. This is great. Literally, look at that VanEck. So who's backing this token?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even Tom Lee has been, leaning into the pudgy memes. A lot of people on Wall Street are like, oh, hey, this is a good way for us to, jump into crypto, be a part of the culture per se.
Let's see. It's funny, like the police department inside the game is called BPD. I can't even make that up. I was like, no way. The BPD are currently investigating your igloo. I was like, what? Let's see little things like this. The pink skins are gonna be worth a lot of money. I was like saying that like money, like these little like kind of weird like pink ones are gonna make some money and stuff like that. Beware of scams. Interesting.
Yeah, good for them. It just shows that it's good. The long-term view is good.
Yeah, long-term view is good, but like anything, if Bitcoin and Ethereum, like I kind of gave a scenario like Ethereum could fall 50% more from current prices, in Bitcoin probably like 30% maximum, around that time. Unless in order to get a larger drop, like a 40% drop, it would be pretty bad. It has to be very bad news.
Yeah.
but that would be
It
sort of like
wasn't
that beach ball underwater thing we're talking
Right.
about. Yeah.
Wasn't it Jim Cramer yesterday who said something like, "Oh, I don't see any way for de-escalation in Iran," and meaning like, "Oh shit, like we're probably gonna get like peace."
We got a
soon.
chance, Charlie. We got a chance. Because like
Uh,
they're saying the new leader of Iran is base. I mean, this is just the hearsay stuff, so obviously don't shoot the messenger here. But like, is trying to come to the table. He's basically not a religious fundamentalist, like to the hardcore set, and he's wants to make.
Isn't he the son of the guy who got killed?
Yeah, but basically, he's like he doesn't want to create a religious war. He's just like, hey, I want to make the nation good. We want to stay under Islam and everything like that, but. Like we're not trying to like burn the entire Middle East down because there's people on his party, on his father's party or whatever, that are like extreme religious, like crazies basically that are fuck it, let's attack everybody. And there's like people within the military too as well because like I think they recently said we're going to attack countries that we're not going to attack other countries that that haven't attacked us and stuff like that. And then they caught Israel planting bombs in Dubai and other countries in the Middle East and stuff when they were going to say that it was actually Iran that did it.
Is that legitimate? I haven't heard that yet.
Oh yeah, that's real. Oh yeah.
Who reported on that?
I can pull it up. There's a bunch of people that came up with that. It's pretty crazy. Like they basically caught. I mean, this is just like what they do, bro. It's kind of insane. So here I'll pull it up.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the case, I mean, like that is some dirty right there.
Bro, this is like Mossad. This is like Mossad, like 101, bro. What they do with this shit, like.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but that's like, I mean, like really, like I don't know.
Let me pull it up here. I'll find it right now, but I'll find. Give me 1 second here.
Jemmy was,
yeah, go ahead.
No, just Jemmy in the chat was like, "Did Charlie get a haircut?" We didn't acknowledge it at all on Moon Gang last night. I'm like, "Let's go to zero, boys. Let's go to zero."
Fuck. I'll pull it up right now, but let me stop screen here. Yeah, I didn't even notice yesterday either.
Good, perfect. That means the market won't notice. We'll stay up until the very end of the 60-day cycle, and then we'll drop there. How about that?
That's a good question. DC, what do you consider super cheap Solana? I haven't seen it gone under. I see it hasn't gone under. It's lower. I mean, like 50, 40, that's very cheap. 40 is kind of the high end of like the low right there. It could go as low as 30. I don't see it going below 30. It'd have to be like full retracement. Like, I mean, in order to get like, people want, like, we're not getting like $7 Solana. It's not happening, right?
Unless there was to be some sort of catastrophe on chain or something like a technical glitch that, like, what do you call it? Force sells like a bunch of Solana on Phantom Walls or something crazy, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, where Solana is at right now, if Bitcoin does hold and then makes a run up again, then basically, what do you call it? 83 to plus dollar Solana is a good buy. But if Solana goes back below weekly close below $81, then it'll roll over.
Definitely. I'm searching through. I'll probably pull it up later, but I'm searching through my bookmarks right now to find it.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it was a couple days ago.
Yeah, it looks like a few of the people that we did the panel with on Friday, in terms of like the guys that were on the panel, really liked it as well. Their audiences enjoyed it. So maybe we'll do another one here down the line.
Yeah, that's definitely. I mean, that's good. I mean, some people. I mean, there's like everyone like, hey, bring this guy or this guy. Like we were, but like hurting cats.
I think well, yeah, that, and also I think it's nice to kind of get like a different group each time, right? Instead of trying to get like everybody all at once, right? Like okay, we're gonna get a solid group of 8 people, see what it is, and then the next time it'll be like a little different flavor, right? You got strawberry, then you get banana, then you get chocolate, your vanilla.
There's a weirdo there, here, or there. But here's some big news, man. Sonic Labs introduces a USSD stablecoin backed 1-to-1 with U.S. Treasuries from BlackRock's Superstate and Wisdom Tree.
Okay,
That's
interesting.
pretty good. Yeah, and shadows already allow you to yield farm it.
So they bought treasury assets from those places and then use that as collateral, basically.
Yeah, so they have that stable coin that uses basically they use those three companies as the treasury holders basically, and then they get the yield from it. And yeah, basically they have a stable coin that's now like creates income for them basically. That I would imagine that goes.
Did they have to get into a partnership deal with BlackRock to make that happen, or did they just buy stuff off of them?
I believe it's a partnership deal. I gotta see the whole thing. Right, I've saved already a couple of these already. Let me pull it up, but.
Because yeah, it just said U.S. Treasury assets from, so I'm like, they just like
they buy from those. I imagine they're buying. They take the dollars from deposits and then buy them from those three entities, basically. That's what I think.
I mean, if BlackRock ends up like if it's just more than just like a broker deal, if it's like, hey, we want to partner with you guys slightly, and then eventually like they try to go towards an ETF, now that would be something big.
Yeah. Okay, so here's a little more information here. Let me pull this up here. Here we go. So Sonic, introducing the US Sonic dollar. So it's basically created for Sonic. They own it. A network native USD stablecoin built on the stable liquidity layer across the Sonic ecosystem, core piece of virtual integration initiative built on Frax. Which that has, if I remember, Frax has, I remember their connections. Is that Ondo as well in the background? I think there's like some Ondo connection there, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, they might be older with them too. Yeah.
Yeah, backed 1-to-1 with treasury bills from basically. I think they just this is sort of like adding like we're buying the treasuries from these three people.
Right.
But
So
like,
it's kind of like trying to get that Wall
Yeah.
Street by association, but not necessarily a deal with BlackRock yet. But
Right.
hey, look at us! Look at us! Hey,
Right.
hey.
They probably, I mean, they do have some. It is something of a deal because, like, they are like they have to have like, hey, this is what we're doing with the stable coin. Will you allow us to buy the stables for our stable coin?
Oh yeah, they have some sort of level.
So they have to have permission. They can't just like, hey, I have like a regular account and I'm buying stuff. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, you got enough money, they'll sell to anybody. So yeah,
right. That's cool. I mean, that's actually a way for them to make. We know that's a lot of money because that was one of the things I was wondering. Why was there so much stable coming on to Sonic and stuff? So like, this is probably one of the big answers here. That's cool, man.
Right.
I mean, that's a good income. It is if Tether's any indication, man. Owning a big stable coin, is a lot of money.
Yeah, it's kind of like each chain having control over their fees is nice, like a good business move, basically.
Yeah, let me pull up the thing here. Network integrated US stablecoin, key source stability, liquid Sonic network built on Frax Genius Frax USD infrastructure. They white labeled it basically. So using Frax infrastructure, but like with their label. So they're obviously Frax is getting some money.
I see.
Person on chain, institutional grade backing from BlackRock Superstate. I've never heard of Superstate. Wisdom Tree. The goal is straightforward to make stable liquidity. USG Frax layer 0.
Well, that makes it a lot less risky tech wise.
Yeah, of course. Accessible 0 fee minting, so anyone can mint USD without gatekeeping or friction. That's good. I mean, of course, there's going to be 0 fee because basically, like, who gets the yield, right? Unless the stablecoin gives you the yield, that'd be interesting. Which I mean, it is DeFi, so like they would probably do it, but like. Because like the big money in stable coins is basically you create a stable coin for everybody, and then like, but you get to keep like you get to keep the yield from everyone's money. It's like the big money in it, right? Because right now you still can get like 4 to like high 3% on your money from buying all those treasuries, which is good. They need to hurry the fuck up because like the yield's going to go down pretty soon. Broader vision, trading fees, and code blast. So they're going to add more providers as the supply controls. Okay, so you can use USDC, Tether, build. So it's basically you have to convert stables to stables basically to do it. So if that's the case, yeah, it seems like that. Just trying to see something about U.S. position. Native dollar backing, yeah. It doesn't say anything. So if I don't see like a native yield on this, and they're keeping the fucking money, which is smart, but like we'll see. But they're probably going to incentivize it through Shadow because working with the Sonic Foundation as well as like I would imagine Equalizer as well. It's like there's some weird thing where like Equalizer kind of like sold themselves to the Sonic Foundation as well. So like they're going to try to just like on all the third, like, you know, same thing with what's his name, Metro as well did the same thing. So does it mean Sonic? I mean, I believe it was going to survive. It's just like who knows how it's going to like limp along. Like they're large. So after PaintSwap's NFT platform shut down, like PaintSwap still exists, but like their NFT platform shut down. The largest player also shut I forgot the name of it. I'll try to pull it up right now. But the second largest player also shut down their thing as well. Because NFT, I mean, like no one's buying NFTs, you guys. Like for like, I mean, it's been like fucking 5 years since NFTs mattered. Plus, you know.
Yeah, the only time NFTs I think are going to come back is when somebody creates a utility with them. So like maybe Pudgy Penguins, right, might have something with that works for their audience, but maybe fractionalized real estate might be something where, okay, hey, we finally got a use case for NFTs. This is awesome, guys. Like, and then, you know, kind of gets people not so salty about it anymore. But yeah, they died a pretty painful death for like a new technology in crypto.
So Crone Labs, after a strategic review of our operations, we've decided to close all Crone Lab NFT related products, including our marketplace, effective March 31st, 2026. Let's see. We're stepping away from the Web3 space or rooms for what the fuck are they doing? Looks like they're still going to create projects and stuff like this, but they're just getting at it. I mean, NFT. I mean, am I shocked? NFTs have like failed. Yeah, they haven't. Can't blame them.
To be honest, for a project to go through the whole bull market swinging, I mean, that's somewhat respectable. You know, that's like a lot of effort going against the stream.
Yeah, the wind and stuff.
Yeah,
that's good for Sonic and stuff. Like, I mean, like they're gonna get the shit done, right, basically. I think right now Sonic is being led technically by their board of directors, which is Michael Kong and fucking Andre again.
So it's like, okay, just what do you call it? Know that they'll have at least one pump in the market, and then they'll implode at some point.
That's right. That's right. But this is breaking news, you guys, man. Autism Capital posted this, man. A Danish sperm bank has decided to start IQ tests of donors, banning people with an IQ lower than 85. This is a direct attack on the crypto community.
Nice. Autism Capital has some good posts.
Oh, bro, they have some of the best posts. That's so funny. Oof, you guys. So, you know, stay out of there. Now, this is some decent news right here. This is kind of originally what crypto was created for, that we're supposed to disrupt the remittances market, but stablecoin companies slashes in U.S. Mexico remittance fees under 1%, down from 5 to 7% on traditional rails. They pretty much mean money orders in Western Union, basically. So that's pretty big. That's pretty big.
Yeah.
I remember a time when it was like 10%. The fees were ridiculous on it to send money to Mexico. Let's see. Mixuna research confirms a ship from Bitso powers about $6.5 billion, about 10% of the money sent to Mexico. Wow. With USDT and USDC, Felix Pagos, USDC with WhatsApp enables instant. That's why that's smart. So they basically enabled these payments through WhatsApp. So basically, like, that's smart, actually, because in Mexico, like, the main app they use is WhatsApp in Mexico. Yeah, you know, like, what's the Japanese one? You said there's like
Line, yeah. Same.
Line, yeah. So their line in Mexico is like WhatsApp over there.
Yeah.
Because they've kind of moved away from like Facebook, but it's still Facebook technically. But like, that's smart, dude. Because you're talking some. Can you imagine all the grifts dudes are getting the technically savvy Mexicans getting ripped off by these fucking chicks that you're my only boyfriend in Mexico. That's a hustle, dude. That's a hustle. There's girls that have like 10 boyfriends, dude, and they're just juggling messages all day. But that's how they live off of that. Off of the
I mean, just let's go to Mexico and do the opposite. Get 10 girlfriends, baby. Let's go. There's one in each province. They don't have to know each other. Just say, hey, I travel for business. So I'm only here for a bit.
My cousin did that actually before he passed away. He literally had like not 10 girlfriends, but he had 5 girls. He had one in every town. It was fucking hilarious.
Perfect. Hey, I mean, they're not going to communicate, right?
When we go to new town, he's like, remember, only mention that I'm with her, okay? And this and this.
Yeah, if you bring any of your friends around, you gotta
protect the innocent, so they say. But yeah, this is pretty. I just wanted to bring this up because it's just some geo joke right here. But like, no one in the history of the world has ever fumbled the ball as much as Spain. Damn, dog. Yeah.
Except for the UK. I mean, but except for the UK still does have the Commonwealth states that, like, what do you call it? Give them the slight bend of the knee.
Right.
Since they're all linked through Commonwealth. But yeah, I don't think Spain. Does Spain do anything with his territories?
With like from Mexico.
I know the French still have their African territories, a lot of it.
Yeah, they fumbled it all. They
influence on it, I should say.
They fumbled it really bad. I mean, the main influence is they still speak Spanish. So they are highly still like the Spanish banks are very invested in Latin America, especially in Mexico and other places like that. So they're still in the game, but they're mostly like invested in agricultural companies and mostly like their big banking services within Mexico City and like the larger Mexican towns. But so the Guadalajara, Mexico City, and like Monterrey, they're doing investments here, lending money. Basically, that's kind of their game now. But like in terms of like straight up like provinces, listen, no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Their main benefit is that everyone speaks their same language. Is the big.
And then when you look at land, it's like, yeah, they did lose the entire United States, like, or half of it.
Yeah, it's pretty. Now I will say this though, they supposedly they only held this right here for like 20 or less years.
Oh yeah, it was not. They got there before like America with Lewis and Clark and all that stuff, but it wasn't like a big, like they hadn't been there like a long time before them. Yeah, like the port city here, Monterrey, that's where I'm from and stuff like that. Like, it's kind of crazy. Like they're like the first like African American, well, I guess American African, like the first ever black millionaire was actually like became like the quasi governor of California or something like that, and then he owned basically like Bakersfield all the way to Sacramento. Oh wow. Yeah, they gave it to him. He just bought it for nothing. He gave him parts of it because it was like worthless land, basically. And then when he passed away, the land started like being worth a lot, and then they stole it from like all his family and shit. Like it's oh yeah, it was pretty brutal, dude. He the reason he got so popular is he built the first ever, like, I gotta say this with air quotes, not 4-star retreat, but he created the first ever like decent like 3-story hotel. So like it was like the nicest place in the whole entire state, basically. But it still wasn't saying a lot, because everyone would stay there, and he's like, "Welcome to my establishment," and he got really popular. So people just like when he ran for like governor, he won it basically, and that's kind of how it went because it was like the only power station. So like he knew everybody influential in the entire state was just coming to that hotel because it was like the best place in the entire state, basically. And then I gotta remember his name because I think he was partial. Like I think he may have been like half Native American and then half like African or something like that. But it was like I learned that from like a book called like I think like African Millionaires or like Black Millionaires or something. It was really interesting. There's also another story on like a lady, like she became like the richest woman in the United States from selling like cosmetics as well. So women in cosmetics, especially like the African women, have always been in that industry for like the longest. Basically. Yeah, I think I saw recently the last top 5 list of women billionaires. I think there's only like 5, and it's like they showed how each of them got their net worth or whatever. Every single one from divorce. It's like Melinda Gates, number 1. 30 billion or 30 billion or something, and then like Bezos's, I forgot even what her name is, but the Bezos wife, right?
Oh yeah.
She had like, half of that or something. And then like the next three were like only 1 billion. So it's like Melinda and the Bezos chick or whatever, they did the best. But I mean, they put in the work, I guess you could say.
Yeah. I'll at least say with like, I don't believe that like if I remember correctly, like Bill Gates' wife, there were some family connections that helped Bill build the business a little bit in the beginning.
Could have been, yeah.
Yeah, but like I don't think
the Bezos one. I think she was just like an employee who like was a helpful supporter, and yeah.
But I mean, they put in their time. I mean, I think the payouts are ridiculous. But like, I think the not the Bezos, but the Gates one. God damn, that was straight up.
Well, and she had the key with her though. The key difference with her is she had a lot of dirt on that motherfucker.
Oh
yeah. She was
dude.
just like, you're gonna give me a ton, I'm sure. Yeah.
Oh, it was bad. That one was bad. And then I at least got to give him a little dap. I got to give Gates a little dap. See, he even put it in the contract, like the prenuptial agreement, like that I get to fuck my ex at least once a year on a vacation. That's wild, bro. I was like, damn, dog. He's like, once a year for a week, I get to fuck off with my high school sweetheart. Okay. Real, by the way. It's real, by the way. That's real, by the way.
Yeah. Sounds like a business deal, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah. Bill Gates had them rushing. Bro, Bill Gates like messaging Epstein about, fuck, I caught an STD. How can I slip? Do you have any of like the antibodies or like the medicines I can slip? How can I slip this into like Melinda's like drink or something so she don't figure out that I gave her an STD from the Russian hookers? That's also real. Isn't that insane?
Yeah.
Like that's.
Yeah, I'm not too surprised, to be honest, though.
Yeah, that's crazy though. With this connection, you think you would have like? I mean, if I was that fucking rich, like if you're that fucking rich, you think you'd have like a private doc? Like these rich people.
He has a submarine escape hatch in his goddamn house out a river that connects to the Pacific Ocean. So like
that's kind of cool though. That's kind of cool.
He's got some stuff, but I mean, it was the whole point of the Epstein operation, right? It's like, it's just the temptation that they forced upon him by having him around or whatever, that he probably was just like, oh, I guess this is the thing that he likes to do, right? But could he have done that by himself? I'm sure he could have, right? But I don't know, man. Like that whole thing is just like obviously you're that depraved, you're gonna get caught at some point. So
right. Like, but like if you're that rich, right? If you're that rich, like you're submarine, you're like Dr. Evil submarine rich, right? Legitimately, like you think you have a couple doctors on hand just with like, I caught this, give me some medicine, and then you could ask them in any form.
Right, yeah, something a little like go to one of your favorite doctor's offices and be like, bro, gotta need a wingman here or something like that, right? Like, don't be fucking emailing people.
I mean, even Hitler had his doctor that prescribed him meth all the time and for all kinds of drugs and shit. Like he would give him I forgot his name, but like he basically had like a cocktail of like he would inject them with all types of like liquid cocaine, morphine, fucking methamphetamine. Like he would give them.
Isn't that wild that like Hitler had that and Michael Jackson had that, but Hitler survived
into the 70s, by the way, into the 70s.
Well, and what's the I forget who else died like that recent. Wasn't there somebody else? Oh, Jim Irsay, the ex owner of the Indianapolis Colts. He died that way in LA too.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I don't know what.
Oh, that's where the Dr. Feelgood comes from. Dr. Feelgood. Yeah,
right,
exactly.
Yeah, I don't remember who, like, what he was administering to him, but it was kind of the same story as Michael Jackson. Like, hey, give me this, I want this, and then they ask for too much, and the doctor's like, oops, but they do it because they're getting paid.
Right. And like, now this is the thing is like, I have to put a bunch of grain of salt on the Michael Jackson story a little bit, because like, I don't know what's real or not, because they killed him. They killed him basically.
Well, yeah, but he did go to, like, there were these places in LA that were like these underground places where he'd get administered some of it. So like he was going to those. Yeah, he was going to those types of places a lot, but then got sick of going there because of the paparazzi or something.
Yeah.
and then decided to get it done at home, and that's the fatal mistake. And you know,
Yeah, and he was paying that doctor pretty well. He was paying him pretty good. I think it was like this black doctor, if I remember right, which he did get in trouble for it. Like after he did get in trouble for it. But here's the problem: have you ever you've had morphine before? It doesn't I don't know about this whole shit. I mean, maybe I haven't given me enough. I've been given morphine in my life. I have to take another medicine so I don't get dizzy. Like if you just take straight up morphine, it makes you extremely dizzy.
Well, then that's probably why they have the cocktail of other things with it, right? So they're like, okay, I'm going to give you this, I'm going to give you that to bring that down and bring this up, and then, oh shit, you died. Sorry about that, bro. Do some moonwalking.
But yeah, but it's like, come on, like I mean, like you moderately wealthy, you can. I mean, if you're smart enough, you can find about just about any drug possible because any STD drug is essentially already white labeled, and they make it in India and Mexico and like Switzerland and Singapore.
Doesn't Gates have like a bunch of farmland in India or something? Like, come on, man.
Yeah, I mean, literally, you can almost buy anything in India. I mean, outside of maybe the most advanced drugs or something like that. But there's like compounding pharmacies across the planet. You'd think you're like if you got bug out places. I would have like if you're that rich, right? I'd spend like $1 million a year just making sure I have every type of like drug possible, and not drugs to feel good, but just
the DCC pharmacy.
Yeah, I mean seriously, but it's smart though. You're like if someone cuts their leg, you have everything to fix it. You have like you got an infection, you got penicillin, it doesn't cost that much, especially if you're like
you got have like a nice what do you call it, first aid kit room or something.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, nothing's too, but like also everything else. Like I mean, I don't know.
It's like here's the first aid kit section here, and then here's the performance enhancement section here, and then here's the recreational section. Goes from least dangerous all the
it's very dangerous
all the way to crack cocaine now. And this is when Hunter Biden comes and visits. It's the only time we open this top one.
Yeah. And then we have Donald Trump and whatever he's on.
A lot of things no other president. No, I don't want to brag, but they've said this about a lot of things. No other president could do some of this shit I'm doing. No other president. The things I'm doing, nobody else was going to do it. They say it all the time. Sir, could you do this? You're the only one can do it. No one.
Can you do this? You're the one.
Didn't we say it the other week? It was like sometimes it seems like he's a little extra orange recently.
Yeah, his hair's gone whiter as well.
Maybe that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like he's allowing his. I don't know. I mean, of course, he's dyeing his hair, but it's like he's letting the grays come in now, or like it's like slowly bleaching white, which of course.
The other thing is, after being president for as long as he has, like you're gonna get just bleach white hair. I think Obama went from like regular black hair to like gray peppered, salt and pepper, then to just pure white. And I think George Bush, the junior or whatever, George W. Same thing with him. Like it was like 4 years in pepper, 8 years in, or even like 6 years in, like fell off the cliff.
If I become president one day, I'm gonna keep dyeing my hair black, just black, jet black, and then 2 months in the job, it just goes ghost white.
Damn, this job is stressful.
Charlie, this shit is insane, bro. These people are crazy, bro. Half the time I go into the war room, I'm stopping these people from genocide.
As long as I'm the head of the Treasury and Nancy Pelosi is my personal stockbroker, then that's all I need. But you did get the joke, yeah.
So Charlie, I talked about this in the beginning of the show, but I'd love to get your take on it, man. Bitcoin has crossed 20 million Bitcoin mined.
Yeah. Like it's like, what do you call it? Do the round of applause. No.
Yeah.
But no, it's one of those things where it's like, nice. Yeah. And we have about 115 years before the rest of it will be, the last 1 million will be mined, which kind of is 114 according to that post, right? So about that, which is, I think that part's the wild part about it. And that's the part that's kind of interesting. But now I guess what I would call the phase we're in now, because the first phase is the innovation phase, the release, supply release phase, all that stuff. Now that we've pretty much had all Bitcoin supply circulating, I guess you call it the gentrification phase now, because you have clusters of people who have too much Bitcoin compared to, like how much you need to distribute it in the future. Because you could argue, some people complain Michael Saylor bought too much. Some people complain BlackRock has too much, right? I think if you take all the ETFs, spot ETFs for Bitcoin right now, it's about 1 million Bitcoin that a lot of the banks are holding. So that's 1/121st of all supply. So yeah, it's starting to get the scarcity is starting to get real. But what you get first, in my opinion, is you get large players buying a lot. So, it's going to be countries, corporations, institutions, banks, all these players. And we're going to be able to grab as many as we can. But by the time they get their fill, the price is going to be extremely high, let's say in about 15 years. So 100 years before all the Bitcoin is mined, you're pretty much going to kind of be at like peak, what do you call it? Like just peak concentration phase, where like probably you have like so many giant whales that will, in the future of Bitcoin 100 years later, it's impossible to get that much Bitcoin ever again in one entity. Right. We'll probably get to that point. And then once those entities either start dying, divesting, selling, whatever it is, however they get the Bitcoin comes out of their hands, that's when then it finally gets fully gentrified and like divided up, kind of like land across, a lot of smaller players. And then basically it's kind of like you're chopping up an onion. First you cut it in half, then again, and then you just chop the shit out of it, right? And then everybody has a piece. So that's kind of the thing I think a lot of people don't understand, because they don't think about the long term. Most people right now are freaking out. Banks have too much Bitcoin. Oh my God, what are we going to do? And it's like, first of all, long term, that's not really an issue, but also short term, well, you can blame the Bitcoin OGs, for that bullshit. But yeah, so that's kind of how I look at it, is just like, oh, interesting. It's kind of which phase in the Bitcoin adoption are we? And it's like early gentrification phase, essentially.
Yeah, I was telling guys at the beginning of the stream, like when we do get to like $50,000 Bitcoin, like buy a tenth of a Bitcoin, even if you don't have a lot of cash, just buy a tenth of a Bitcoin. Like, even if it takes like 10 years to get to $1 million or whatever, like $100,000 and $200,000, it's quite a lot, especially if you keep stacking that up over time. You don't have to get a full Bitcoin. Obviously, it's nice if you can, right? But because I had some guys come in here tell me like, hey, what if I had like 300,000 in dry powder versus like 10K in dry powder, right? Like when you have a little bit less, like the ratio is still the same, but like I see the temptation of like, I got 10K in stables. I would get tempted to buy full, like 5 or 6 full Ethereum, and then the Bitcoin, which is totally okay. But like that absolute low, but also people were asking me like, when Bitcoin's that low and Ethereum's that low, what should I prioritize? Honestly, I told them probably Bitcoin, because like Bitcoin's not going to stay at that low price for that long. You have a little bit more time with Ethereum.
Right. Yeah, it's the rotation. Bitcoin always gets rotated to first.
Right.
So yeah, I agree with that. And like I just looked up how many millionaires there are in the entire world, and apparently it's just under 60 million millionaires. So that means the common thing, right, is if every millionaire wanted one full Bitcoin, they couldn't even get it, right? Or it wouldn't happen if they all tried to get it at once, or if they all tried to get one. So that right there is the main statistic. That's all I need to know to be like, well, yeah. And there's a lot more people, with money outside of that. So yeah, it's going to be pretty difficult to get one full Bitcoin. I would say, especially after about 2031, 2032, because if 2030 is, let's say, the next bear market year, right? That might be your last chance. Like we might wick under 100K for like a minute, right? Or that might be, we might not be under 100K again after 2031. We might be above 100K forever on Bitcoin after that point. So, that's what, T-minus 5 years. That's one cycle that everybody has to really actually get the main asset. Then nobody can really get much more Bitcoin. Everybody's going to have to go for Ethereum for sure after that.
Right.
And so I would see Wall Street getting heavier into Ethereum towards the end of the next cycle, going into that next bear market. which create a nice alt season.
Yeah, that sounds awesome, but it's also kind of spooky too, because it's like the scarcity part's really starting to hit in, and the price, that's also a defense feature. You want to have the price higher because it just can't, concentrate. It's harder for like outside entities to try to like bastardize it. And obviously, if you own all the Bitcoin, it doesn't mean you can't change nothing on the network. You have to have hash rate. But like, with Ethereum, it's kind of possible technically, because like the way but you'd have to own control so much of the supply. That's why like there is a big case to like try to increase the price of Ethereum higher, so like it stays decentralized basically. But but Red Pill Life is right. Get on the ARC, get in the CMC, you guys.
Yep,
absolutely, man. For you guys who don't know, we are launching it on Friday the 13th. It's coming up, you guys, at midnight Pacific Standard Time. It is going live, ladies and gentlemen. You too can join the ARC. You too can ascend. You too can leave poverty behind by joining the Crypto Mindset Course /access, where you're able to, let me pull it up here, where you're able to leave your best email address. So as soon as it goes live at midnight, you can get on the damn ARC.
Yep. It'll be, what do you call it? As soon as we launch the course on the 13th, everybody will get an email. We'll send out about 2 emails a day for about 5 days until the 18th of March. And that's just a nice way to get reminded. We always have people who are like, oh shit, I didn't sign up to the list. And then it's like 4 days after we close enrollment for the course, it's like, oh shit, is the Crypto Mindset course like closed now? I was going to get in. And we're like, bro, sorry. Like once we've already started webinars and we can't get you in anymore. So I would highly suggest that people get on that waiting list. Even if you think you're already on it, just make sure that you throw your email address in there. It's okay to have a duplicate. And that way you do not miss this, because I think pretty much the year 2026, there's going to be 2 ways to really make a lot of money. One of them will just simply be to buy the generational lows wherever they are.
Yeah.
I think we're at a significant low now, if not at the end of this 60-day cycle, that we would get a nice bounce off, which leads to the second opportunity that you have, which is making some money on upswings that we get throughout the bear market on kind of sniper type plays, I guess you could say. So if we were to get a run and you bought Solana at like $85 and Bitcoin were to run to like 80,000, you'd make a little bit of change there. That's nice. But in the bear market, some of the swings are going to be like doubles. PTGC did a double this week. Maybe it's going to be only a 25% gain for some coins. Maybe it's going to be, just buying more cheap. So there's a lot of different ways that you can get value. But I would say if we get the expected 4-year cycle low in October, then I would say the time for the counter trend relief rally that we would most likely get would be Q2, because you often get like a run from like tax season into the early summer, a sell in May and go away type thing, or a sell in June and go away type thing, some sort of chilling out in the summer, and then a resumption of whatever trend you had going into the late Q3, which then could be a drop into the 4-year cycle low. So if you can compound or cultivate or dollar cost some crypto here when everybody else isn't paying attention, you'll be able to basically absorb and get more Bitcoin than everybody else. So it's that, consistency over time that really allows you to accumulate a lot.
Yeah. Actually, this is a great question, because I believe we raised the max discount from the Citadel as well.
I believe we raised it to 400.
Yeah, I believe we raised it to 400. So you'd be able to get $400 off the next Crypto Mindset course, or this current one that's coming up right now, which is pretty cool. Boom. There you go, you guys. Get in or be poor, basically. And actually, this is a great – we had a super chat, actually, from earlier that I want to answer. Shout out to Ken Rose with the $5 super chat. Greetings. Ahoy, Miguel. Regarding the CMC, would I be able to undergo the course through running it on my iPhone or my phone and driving? Bluetooth? Yes. We have had, a surprisingly large amount of people in the trucking industry actually take the course and literally on their phone. So it's, yes. So we run the webinars through Zoom. So you'll be able to basically listen through headphones or through Bluetooth while driving. Obviously, please do not be fidgeting with your phone while you're driving. But people listen to the webinars while driving, as well as like some guys like would pull over on the big rigs on the side of the road and then ask a question, which I always found hilarious.
Like sometimes I'll be like, where are they going? Because they'll have like what do you call it? They'll be looking at the screen, and then the back camera on their phone will be like driving down some highway in Europe. I'm like, they're on the left side of the road, so I think they're in Europe. Like sometimes I'm watching those truckers, and it's just kind of
nah, dog. You got to be counterintuitive these days to make it through life.
Oh yeah, Jesus.
But yeah, it's and then also we have, you know, of course there's it's the schedule is like 2 days on, 2 days off. So we have, you know, 2 days of 4 webinars, AM and PM, about 3 to 4 hours each, with an AMA afterwards as well, all recorded. And of course, if you miss one, it comes out, the recording comes out on the previous day. You just have to give us anywhere from 12 to 24 hours to get it out, because it has to get downloaded, and then it gets uploaded to a streaming website where you can watch it, Vimeo.
Yeah, and then it optimizes there, and then it's good. Yeah, usually we get that. Like if we have an evening webinar, we get that in the morning. If we have a morning webinar, we get that right before the evening webinar. So it's usually pretty consistent, unless Zoom's being hey.
Yes, that's right. And yeah, you and definitely be there, man. Obviously, like we prioritize people with cameras and questions, but we also answer questions in the chat as well when when we have time. We also have we have multiple AMA days. At least 2 out of the total webinars are like dedicated just answering questions. So we call them like catch-up days. So about midway through the actual webinars, we have like a day where like, all right, we're stopping right here. Before we head off into more advanced content, is there something that wasn't clear, or do you want a little bit more of an explanation on it? And we go through a ton of questions.
And we tend to get to know people a lot better in the 4th year of a 4-year cycle. So the last time that happened was in 2022. It was a bear market. You know, we get a chance to speak to more people. You get more chances to ask your own questions. We're a little bit more lenient. We're like, I guess you can ask some portfolio questions a little bit more, you know, but like, because we just want to really customize it for the people who, you know, decide to take it. So we obviously have, you know, the guests that we have, the subjects that we're building and all that type of stuff. But then at the same time, we are flexible enough to be like, oh, hey, you know, this group really wants an extra webinar on whatever it is, right? We can pull some strings and see what we can do. If it's something that we present, or we find somebody who's an expert in a certain area, like we're willing to do those types of things. So yeah, the 4th year of the 4-year cycle tends to be a lot more, what do you call it? Immersive, I guess you could say.
Boom. Let's share this real quick. And yeah, hit the like button now, you guys, man. Yeah, we're going to be on Fresh and Fit on Friday, on the Friday show, as well as the Money Monday show as well. So definitely be in the chats, you guys. I think they use locals or Castle Club premium stuff as well and stuff.
For super chats?
For super chat. I think it must be locals for super chats.
Yeah, I guess we're going to have to I have to look that up, because I don't even know, to be honest. Because like I've done, the only time I've ever done super chats with Fresh and Fit was on their YouTube side.
Yeah, they almost got it back, but like
once.
Yeah, they might be getting their super chat ability back on YouTube. It's crazy they even took it away from them, because like they were the most super chatted YouTube channel in the United States. The entire YouTube, they were like number 1. I mean, it's crazy, or at least in the 2 section. As long as and in global ranks, they were, I believe, like top 20 channels. The only channels higher were basically these really weird, like Japanese AI sort of like girl, you know, like, you know, girl, like cartoon character girl. That was just a strange. That's fucking weird.
Yeah. And yet they're somehow more popular.
Somehow more popular, yeah. I love it when the camera zooms out. It's like some girl, and then it turns into some fat old dude or something. Oh no!
There'll be more and more of that with AI.
I know, horrible, man. But yeah,
I might have found. You remember how we had the idea for, you know, like a what do you call it? I forgot what they call those, but like the Latino weather girls, but for the crypto charts,
right?
I may have found a template that we can follow. You know,
really? Okay.
Yeah,
this has been an old plan of me and Charlie's. An old plan.
We got a lot of back burner plans that we've wanted to build, and now we're kind of assembling an Avengers AI team. You know, slowly but surely, we have to do some training for people and all that type of stuff, you know, over time. But I think we can get some, like, once we can really get that humming, like I think we can get a lot of crackhead ideas. Like one of the ideas, maybe I don't know if we could test it this CMC or not. Like it'd be hilarious if we got it done, but like an AI commercial, because me and Miguel created some scripts off of one of them was Wolf of Wall Street, and another one of them was Anchorman.
Anchorman.
The Panther.
It works 100%, 70% of the time or something.
Yeah, that one. We created 2 scripts on those for the original CMC, but we're like, how do we even get this done? Like with our voices on it and stuff. Like it was just too confusing at the time. Now with AI, I'm like, I think we'd actually pull that off. That'd be funny though.
We have like notes and not binders. We have like, I remember all the notes we took for all these dumb commercials we did. It was great. We actually acted them out.
Fucking JFK in the chat says Charlie did some deep research by going to Chico Bonitos. That's hilarious.
It's so funny because like people didn't believe me on this, but they got raided. Chico Bonitos in Las Vegas got raided, and it was like pretty much mostly all like Cuban chicks that got like took out. Yeah. But soon enough, Cuba is going to be part of the greater United States empire, so like they'll have a pass very soon.
Oh boy!
But they're hurting right now because the oil embargoes that's going down there. So they're Mexico's no longer giving them oil, and neither is Venezuela. So like they're hurting on oil right now.
Yeah.
Yikes! But
I mean, how would people like to see a beautiful AI Latina girl with a very nice voice, dubbed in English, maybe dubbed in other languages too, but giving you the solid chart information that you get from Dollar Cost and Cultivate Crypto, like, it's a win-win. But yeah.
Oh man. I wanted to show this right here. So like Trump's just saying more wild shit, bro. I mean, there's never a day without Trump saying something funny. But let's see. Trump's announcing a major gold deal with Venezuela. Interesting. Let's see. Let's hear it.
Been working closely with the new president of Venezuela, Delcy Rodriguez, who's doing a great job working with us. I mean, she's doing a great job because she's working with us. If she wasn't working with us, I would not say she's doing a great job. In fact, if she wasn't working with us, I'd say she's doing a very poor job. Unacceptable. No, but she's doing a great job, Marco, right? And she gets along great with Marco. And we're taking out tremendous amounts of oil. They're making more money now than they've ever made. We have the big oil companies, and they are making more money. We're getting some. They're getting a lot. They're making more money now than they've ever made in the history of their country. Can you imagine? And it's being spent properly, and they're watching it closely. And I'm pleased to say that this week we have formally recognized the Venezuelan government. We've actually legally recognized them. We have also just reached a historic gold deal. It's called the gold deal with Venezuela to allow our two countries to work together to facilitate the sale of Venezuelan gold and other minerals. They have great amounts of gold. They have good land. I tell you, very good land. But they weren't able to take advantage. The system didn't allow them to take advantage of the value of their land. As we achieve a historic transformation in Venezuela, we're also looking forward to the great change that will soon be coming to Cuba. Cuba's at the end of the line. They're very much at the end of the line. They have no money. They have no oil. They have a bad philosophy. They have a bad regime that's been bad for a long time.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what do you call it? Getting them a good economic flow there. I mean, that's good progress, I guess you could say.
Yeah, definitely, and stuff like. I mean, the country. I mean, I don't want to say the country's ever run right but like they had oil deals with like Exxon and Chevron and another couple. I think Shell as well. They had to deal with them, and basically they had a 50-50 split. Obviously, the big oil companies would come in, they'd pay for all the maintenance, and then basically they'd give the oil profits from there to the country. And then basically under like Hugo Chavez, they took it over because basically they said that like they were stiffing them on money and stuff during times because basically it's very expensive. Let's just say like 3 quarters out of the year you're making a ton of money, but 1 quarter you got to spend a bunch of it to basically keep the infrastructure up and running or build more. And they were getting pissed off. Like, what the fuck? Where's like the checks are supposed to be the same amount every single month or, whatever. And then so basically this is the reason why their ability to like draw as much oil and refine as much oil went to shit, because like once they took over, they'd stop spending on infrastructure. And this is actually a big problem that happens in African countries. They don't understand upkeep.
Right.
You have to keep up the infrastructure, and then
it's kind of obvious when you look at a machine. It's like this thing looks like it's kind of getting a little old. Like, need to repair it. Let's put some duct tape on it, bro. Like
look at Charlie Fix the Machine guy. Look at
well, he's all fancy. He's trying to get a promotion.
So they were
trying to be the president of this oil company.
But it held up for a while because like also oil prices went up. Like, dude, the oil game has been insane. It went up to like $110, $120 a barrel, and then it crashed to like $86, and now it's back up to $90. Dude, oil longers and shorters got fucked, bro. Oh my! You think liquidations in the crypto market were huge, bro? Can you imagine the liquidations in the? Oh my god!
Well, that type of volatility, like I don't think we've seen that type of volatility in oil since it went negative back in the Corona crash.
And most you get like a $15, $20 swing, and that's a huge swing. Yeah. But god damn, dude, that was a lot. GG's California, but like oil went down a little bit because basically the United States took down pretty much most of the navy of Iran, and ships are starting to cross the Strait of Hormuz again.
Yeah.
So that
most of the ships I heard are just turning off their GPS until like they get through it, and then they turn it back on.
choice.
Hey, these oil rigs are all getting like pinched. We have to raise the oil prices, guys. Just like turn off your GPS.
I think things are getting crazy. Like every time you see a certain section of the economy partying, the top's almost in. It's like it's we saw like there's a show I love watching called Landman. It's about like oil.
Yeah, it's a good show.
It's a very good show, yeah. But you saw a lot of like landmen and like oil guys in Texas partying in bars because the oil prices went above $100 a barrel, so they were fucking making hand over fist in cash. And then I remember seeing that on the timeline a couple days ago. Like, these guys were just in the bar getting shit faced. They're partying in the bar, and I was like, oh, something's. So
yeah, to be honest, like I think if you were to ever get like in such a entrenched war with Iran, that like you're like just really like duking it out right over a long period of time, I would say you're probably get like where in the United States would be targeted. I think one would be somewhere in Kansas, because a lot of the stealth bombers are coming from Kansas, I think, in Oklahoma. And then maybe some of the oil money in Texas. And then, I mean, all the nukes are in North Dakota, but, nobody's going all the way up there. That's too much of a bother. But
that is always a smart place to put. Like, it's also like Fort Knox being kind of in the middle of the country. Like, it's like, so you have to, the travel is insane, basically. And that's a part of
North Dakota is like, I think, pretty much the center of the North American continent. So yeah, you kind of landlock it.
Yeah. And then, I mean, Ricky's got a good question here. I mean, this is true. Like, do you think so? Look, so I mentioned this earlier before Charlie got on, but this is a great, like, I'd love to get Charlie's take on it too. But this is the first course where we're going to go over crypto related stocks, because now is a time that might be a decent time to buy them. Not right now exactly, but in the next 3 to 6 months, you can make some DCAs. That does not mean Miguel and Charlie said put your whole fucking portfolio in one shot at like into these. But like Bitmine as an example, for Bitmine is basically the single largest entity holder, and I mean a corporation holder, not an individual, but like a corporation holder of Ethereum. They have about 4 million Ethereum. Their target is 6 million, which is about 5% of the supply. They're currently starting to stake it, which is why there's a huge timeline right now. It actually takes supposedly like 3 weeks to make your own node and actually stake it on Ethereum right now, because they're continuing to stake their 32 Ethereum at a time in the nodes basically. Bitmine's a little. I find Bitmine stock a little more interesting than I would do like Sailor's. Sailor's just a direct leverage play on Bitcoin. Yeah. Where like this one, they're making interesting Ethereum adjacent bets with cash flow that they're going to be making off Ethereum. Like they made I believe $100 million investment into Mr. Beast's company. Chamath also is a Solana guy, but is, made an investment into Mr. Beast's company as well about maybe a year or two earlier than, so obviously he got in a better rate, basically a $45 million investment into Mr. Beast's company. And basically they're going to be promoting, I would imagine, Solana and Ethereum purchases and investments to all the people around the world that are using Mr. Beast's like app, as well as financial services stuff, because basically he's getting into the remittance game and the payments game. So he's making his version of, I would imagine, like Stripe, PayPal, along with like small micro investments into Ethereum, basically, in Solana.
Yeah, and I would say like BitMine, you would want to try to play it like you did Grayscale before they got their ETF last cycle, right? Like you would want to look at the assets under management, and you'd want to look at what their net asset value is, and like, is the stock undervalued to that? If that starts becoming the case, or significantly the case, right? And we're getting close to a bottom, on Bitcoin, that's when you'd want to buy it. I think Kathy Wood made probably one of the best trades of last cycle just by buying Grayscale Bitcoin Trust when it was minus 40% NAV at the bottom of, and Bitcoin was like 15K. So take 15K per Bitcoin or 16K or whatever, minus 40%. That's basically what she was buying off the back of Grayscale. And then as soon as the Bitcoin spot ETF came out about a year later, Grayscale, had kind of gotten back to break even. They were going through their ETF just before they were going to go like pivot into the ETF. She sold, took the money. ARK Invest came out with their own Bitcoin spot ETF. She used that Bitcoin to back that. I'm like, nice play. So, I don't think you're going to get the exact same strategy with that, but you want to look for something like that. We'll talk a lot about it in the course, but one of the ones that I like interest in terms of a Bitcoin miner that has like a good chart setup is Bitfarms, BITF on the NASDAQ. That one's not too bad either, but
So I wouldn't miss that coin list webinar, you guys, because we're going to have stocks on there and other sort of plays. We're deciding right now whether to make it a full webinar just itself. Possibly, we're like still in discussion on that. Whether like we're talking about, we're thinking about either putting it into two webinars or maybe making it its own solo webinar. But like we're still like playing with the idea of it still. But I've been listening to you guys for too long. Not long enough, dude. Not long enough. Shout out to Boogie. Shout out to Don.
The cool thing about all the content on our channels, if you just want to, go to sleep instead of to rain sounds to the sweet serenade of Charlie McGill's voices, all you have to do is just put on episode 1 of each of our channels and just let it keep running it.
You guys have to buy Bitcoin and Ethereum. They're so cute.
Just be sure to press the like button. Yeah, that's all I say.
It's so fun. If you listen to our first episodes and then listen to now, it's like our voices are starting to like get these smoker fucking voices.
We've been talking way too goddamn much.
Have you seen Alex Jones when he was like younger? His voice was very lighter. It was way lighter, and now he's got this deep smoker's voice. Like, because him fucking around and saying black helicopters all over DC, that'll damage your vocal cords a little bit. Yeah.
Well, and also just talking a lot too.
Yeah. Dude, I hate when I'm watching something and my phone fucking falls out of my hands, hit me in the face, dude. That's happened to me so many times. Yeah. But can you imagine like them just going through like falling asleep and all they hear is fuck shit.
Or
that was back in the day, bro.
I almost I told everybody on the Pulse Chain stream just before we started, I was like, if one person's hogging up the time or whatever, and we need to switch to the next person or whatever, I'm just going to play this sound. And I played it for them. And they were like, I'm not sure if they do it, like, believe me, whether I'd actually played it or not. I didn't get a clear opportunity to do it, but it would have been hilarious, to be honest. I think too much of the audience would have been like, what the hell is that? So I was just like, nah, I'll hold off.
But one interesting thing why I do like the BitMine stock a little bit more. There's a little bit more like side money, like side like alpha, like basically like Tom Lee is willing. Looks like he's willing to make all right. Like yesterday on Charlie's stream on Moon Gang, which you guys should definitely watch. Very good stream. I talked about that. There's a South Korean company that made about $100 million investment into Entropic at a $30 billion valuation. and Entropic is going to IPO above $1 trillion, and that its current value, it's worth about 25% of the market cap of the company. When it launches at $1 trillion, it will be worth more than its entire market cap when it IPOs. So, good investment, right? But like that's kind of like what we're talking about. We're like, I think like he's gonna. I remember I put up at one point that like they're gonna make about roughly, I believe, about $300 million a year to more, depending on the price of Ethereum. In terms of they have so much Ethereum, the yield in the Ethereum generator are going to be spent. I would imagine he will invest it into maybe Ethereum AI's projects, or he's going to have the ability to kind of like venture invest into other projects, which could actually be pretty profitable, actually, because he's got the connections and people come up to him. Just like Kathy Woods, actually, believe it or not, like I think Kathy Woods like actually lent money to Saylor at some point during the market as well.
Yeah, I think probably, yeah.
I remember her, and like she's actually like been kind of a bank to some of these funds where like she's lent money. Like, what fund? Like, what? Like, honey, you have to let me borrow some money. Like that black guy hugging the girl behind the ATM.
Yeah.
It's like,
let me take a little money for the purse.
Yeah, Kathy, you have to lend me some money. He's like, okay, Charlie, let me get my purse. But she's actually legitimately lent some. I think Saylor. There's an ETF that needed money, and I'll have to find it. This is the problem about being in crypto. These news like are real, except they happened a year ago or 2 years ago, and then you're like trying to remember off just memory alone. But it's real. She lent out money to some players and like kind of saved their asses with those emergency loans, and got rewarded handsomely for it. But like she's like someone where like she gets kind of like. She gets 2 years of shine and 2 years of like she's dumb as fuck.
Yeah, but each cycle, I think the dumb as fuck part side gets a lesson and lesson just because of how much gains she's in.
Because like because she got really famous off of basically she bet on all the like the no shit, like people are giving her like Kathy Wood's strategy is so simplistic. I mean, I literally saw guys like go, because like in TradFi you're not supposed to go misogynist, right? You're not supposed to like. Who is this woman think she is? She's like some dumb bimbo who keeps she invested into Tesla and Apple during the 2010s. Dumb who's paying this late? And then like she's got all the returns. Sometimes you have to like, there's the classic, too many dudes step on their own dicks, but she's like, I have no dick to speak of. But she made the kind of like, there was like fund managers where like they literally like, this is a famous thing from the 2010s and 2015s and 2016s where they just did not want to buy Apple. They did not want to buy Tesla. They didn't.
Part of that's also because of like Warren Buffett, right? Like,
right.
Oh, Warren Buffett's not in it, so like maybe I don't need it.
Yeah. Warren Buffett missed the whole 2000s, the whole 2010s in tech. He missed all of it. He like begrudgingly bought Apple once it's almost like the same thing like Amazon. Finally, when they started making all this revenue and shit, you're like, all right, I think its business is here to stay. Like he bought Apple after like, I think what convinced him was basically all the revenue they were making off of like the App Store and like
and the
iPhone, right? But it wasn't like he didn't catch the iPhone 3, the iPhone 4.
No, he didn't catch it early. No,
he caught it in. I think he got in after like iPhone 8. I think. I think it was iPhone 8 and then or the 10 basically, but like but when you're that rich and that, I mean, like it doesn't matter. Like at some point, it doesn't matter. And like
he just needs something. It's like, what do you call it? It's like he's like, I don't want to buy this thing when it's a meme coin. I got to buy it when it's like
it's a meme coin,
a decent mid-tier market cap coin. Like I can't buy it when it's not in the top like 50 or something like that.
Charlie's like a meme coin to him is $100 billion market cap.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But like he does also have the problem. He said this before, and it's true. Like he said that look, there's companies I can make more money on, but like I can't like I can't buy enough of it. It's too small. Which he's in the position where like he's so large that like a sizable 1%, 5% investment is like more than most companies on the entire like stock market. So he can't. Which I understand. Like it is what it is, basically. But
it's good to be the king.
It was interesting to hear the kind of like, I heard this on the compound a little bit. They were kind of like not shit talking him, but just saying it's just a part of the game. Where like his obviously in the 90s he was smaller at the time, but basically during the 90s, the 80s and the 70s, if you are friends with a bunch of, like, if you're on the board of directors or you're friends with people on the board of directors, it wasn't illegal for them to tell you stuff during like a luncheon or something like that, or like mention it offhand. And they're saying like the moment that was made illegal, where like, you know, that's insider, that got classified as insider info, that his returns like got demolished basically substantially. You know,
yeah, I mean, you know, play the game until the game changes, right?
That's why people like Bernie Madoff. People were not like, people sort of believe Bernie Madoff because, like, have you seen that Bernie Madoff movie they made about him? Like, they made a whole like how like it's actually pretty
I've
good.
seen one movie about it. I don't know if it's one you're referencing, but like I've seen one.
Okay, the one I was talking about is kind of like, it's more of like they actually movietized it. Like they kind of showed his life a little bit as the come up and the run up.
Yeah, and like then the sons at the end were like, "Bro, what the fuck did you do?"
Yeah. And they believed him too. That's the crazy, and I believe it too, because like one of the sons killed himself. He killed himself. Right. Yeah, dude. Because they believed, like, they're just like, and they were in the.
Not he didn't let them in on the secret of the Ponzi or anything.
Yeah, it was just like crazy. But like, you know, in the movie, he was like, "Why are we paying out bonuses? Let's just wait until the next quarter to pay." No, just pay him out. Pay him out, because he's basically like, "I want to pay my guys, like all my guys, some bonuses because their reputation's about to go in the shitter right now. So like, I want to like." Let me give him some stolen money now because I can't give him stolen money later.
And I think like I mean, like with most of those types of things that you don't claw back, they can't claw back everything. They can try to claw back a good chunk, right? But they can't get everything.
No, yeah, definitely and stuff. And like, but like him, right? He was so famous and big and powerful and so connected in New York, and he was like the head of the NASDAQ for a while as well. But just imagine the shit he was hearing in the 90s and 80s.
You know, the thing that I thought was hilarious in one of the like actual documentary things I watched about him, they had said like in the whatever prison he's in, which is like kind of like a club fed, you know, it's like not a max security prison or anything like that. It's pretty, you know, cushy type prison. Apparently like all the inmates come to him for, you know, financial advice.
It reminds me of Sam Bankman-Fried. He was giving, he was like, yeah, like the prison guards were like, this guy was just telling us all these fucking meme coins to put money into and shit.
Yeah, it's kind of like Andy Dufresne, right, doing taxes for everybody at Shawshank. It's just like, oh my, that is priceless. But I mean, you know, he's a very knowledgeable guy. So
yeah, I mean, one of the famous.
To be honest, if I was in the same prison as Bernie Madoff, I'd probably ask you for some financial advice. I'd be like, bro, like, you know, tell me all the secrets. Come on.
How did you grift that good, bro? That's next level, bro. You're next level.
Well, how did you become head of NASDAQ? Like, you know, like that's some crazy shit right there.
I lent his uncle the money.
What's the one? She had a mole, but it took one for the team.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, the classic, bro.
I love that. And there was a woman in this foreign intelligence service who was
the ugliest woman I've ever seen in my life.
Like, you want to avert your eyes. Like, she came off the
side of Notre Dame.
She was a stone gargoyle with a giant
mole right here with a giant hair coming out of it.
That kind of ugly. So I asked her just to meet me privately for lunch on Saturday. Don't tell anybody. And she agreed. And I was like, oh my God. She said yes. And I ran back to the office. I was like, she said yes to a lunch on Saturday alone. And my boss says, okay, here's what I want you to do.
I want you to fuck her. And I said, what? I said,
have you ever seen her? And he said, I know, but we're the good guys.
And you're gonna have to take one for the team. And I go, oh my God. I said,
I go, okay, I'll do
it. That's how he got to be head of the NASDAQ. Okay, I see.
Have you seen the interview of him with that other CIA guy who's missing a tooth? That fucking weird looking dude. It's like some, yeah, basically some other CIA.
Oh, the Andrew, the guy with the crazy ass hair. Yeah, both those guys, like they run their grifts. Yeah.
But I mean, I'll believe John here over like that guy, because like he did, the CIA did go after him, and he was like name dropping the head of departments and shit, saying like, fuck this guy. This guy didn't know what the fuck he was doing.
Well,
like,
and then there's the Sean Ryan channel.
Yeah.
Right. Which I'm like, he's still employed. You know, like there's no way that channel came out of nowhere and became so popular. He had all the connections.
Oh, him. Yeah.
Like that bro's been working that psyop, you know, for a couple of years now.
There's this guy who goes on the show, like not regularly, but like kind of semi-regularly, at least once a year, where he's like a big he's a spy master damn near. He's like really good at he knows how.
Dude, that guy is. I like that guy.
Yeah.
It's like he's kind of a skinny guy, right? And he like
Yeah.
goes,
Yeah,
I think he went after a few pedophile rings and like busted them down and shit. I'm like, dude, that's fucking clutch.
Yeah, he's a white hack hacker and stuff like that, and he helps out. He's really good at like physical like tech as well. And he's like, here, let me scan your room real quick. Oh yeah, there's a listening device, and like that guy was like, what? He's like, yeah, like right now, your Wi-Fi is hacked right now. Someone's actually getting all your data right now.
They're called the NSA.
The NSA. He's like, what? He was like, he looked genuinely freaked out about it. He was like, because he must have thought like, oh, I've done everything privately, and his shit was still gotten hacked. Like, fuck, dude. Yeah. He did a stream with Aiden and shit. Yeah, like he basically showed him like the flipper device. Basically, like he was able to by being in Aiden's house, he was able to scan certain things, and he basically like controlled his front gate and his garage door opener and everything. He was like, what the fuck? He's like, thanks for the house, dude. He's like, I'll open the door for myself.
That's funny.
Oh my god, dude. But the reason I believe the John guy over the other guy is just because like they did go after him, and they got into a huge like confrontation. He's like, how could you fucking betray us, man? How could you betray the U.S. government? Why would you go on art? He was mad at him because he went on Russia Today. Because he's like, he's like, well, yeah, because like they'll let me say what I wanted to say about the CIA. They won't cut me off and shit. And he's like, but by being on there, they'll cut out all the good parts and just make it look like you're just shitting on the CIA 24/7. He's like, well, yeah, but fuck the CIA, fuck the government, you know, like, and that was a whole fight. He's like, dude, like because the government fucked me over, you know,
right.
and
he was in prison for a couple of years, right?
Yeah, and they try to bankrupt him, and then oh my god, the guy like basically like the CIA director got put on blast under Obama because basically the guy was just a fucking retard, but he was like a kind of a bro, like kind of like think about like a frat bro sort of guy. And he just happened to make friends with people because he went drinking with people. And then basically because he didn't want to go out drinking one night, the guy thought like, oh, fuck this John guy. He doesn't want to go out with me or some shit, do drink and stuff. And then from there, they were beefing the entire time. And then basically during the 2008 campaign drive for Obama's first term, everyone was choosing, like basically people were like leaving the FBI and the CIA, but like this guy just happened to just randomly, he's like, I'll choose Obama. So he's like, I'll be your main guy as your like, I'll be your main like consultant for like, you know, international affairs and stuff like that. And basically because Obama won, he's like, this guy just got fucking lucky. He chose Obama at the time when no one knew who he was. He just went up to him early and found him. And because he won, he made him the head of the CIA. And then that guy he hated John. And that's when the lawsuits and all that stuff started happening to him.
Interesting.
Yeah. But he's like, this fucking dude's a fucking idiot. You know? He doesn't know anything. He's like, this guy's never even once like gotten like anybody to like defect to the CIA ever. And stuff like he had no infield in training, you know. It's just like he had a real like the conversation he had on Joe. It was like one of the Joe Rogan episodes where like Joe was like barely talking at all. Like Joe was like, wow, he was just so like it's like there's certain type of episodes where like you have a UFC episode, right? Then you have like the comedian friend, and then you have like these ones where like you're here because you have a fucking crazy story,
right?
And there's some of the most interesting guests, but the problem is sometimes with the guests is like they rarely come back because they told the story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But his story is so crazy that like every time he goes on any show, there's more stories every single time.
Oh yeah, he has like a lot of the details.
Yeah. It's like one time they were torturing a guy, they shoved hummus up his ass.
Jesus, bro.
And like they basically like the reason I was not, he's like, the reason I would like, he's like, I was one of the most successful guys in that area because he could speak like I think he could speak Greek, Arabic, and I forgot the other language. He could speak 3 languages besides English, basically. And he was like, I was just a fucking like kid. I was like a 20-year-old kid, but because I was one of the only guys during 9/11 when 9/11 happened that I knew these languages, I'm meeting the fucking president. Right. Because he was like, Kuzaku, where are you at? Come with me. And then I got in a black car. And then by the time we're at the White House meeting with the president, I was like, holy shit. just right place, right time. Sometimes you never know, your stars shine, but like that should let you know that even in the government, like shit happens, and then they're like, who do we know that knows anything about this? Yeah, how YouTubers are like, there's a big geopolitical event. Which homie do we know that knows
yeah.
Come on the stream, dude, and you're like, I've been trying to beg to go on the stream for 3 years. But that sometimes happens on YouTube a lot. Like you could be like as an example, let's just say Pulse Chain just blows up out of nowhere, and then we just get on a bunch of shows because like we know or like it could be the same thing about like you're in your friend group or you're in this huge group, and then your homie calls you. He's like, bro, I got this guy that's talking about crypto, bro. Come here because like I don't know anything, but I want to like make this connect. That's there's sometimes it's just your unique skills can put you in really lucky events.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah. The same thing too, when like as an example, like we were in the red pill, we weren't in like crypto to get in the red pill. We were red pill that also did crypto. Right. And then as the red pill blew up, we were their crypto guys because we were, right place, right time, but we also put ourselves in that position. Charlie put himself in that position along with everybody else. And it's just like the explosion, that's cool when like you're in something and it blows up. Like same thing, if Lux Maxing didn't blow up, Clavicular would be, I think he'd have maybe a 100K channel, but he wouldn't have blown up to like the status he is today if Lux Maxing didn't like.
Yeah, the original strategy was just, hey, we got, 2 viral ecosystems, but the crypto ecosystem really, what do you call it? Not an ecosystem that you can get into much versus, we already had a lot of the connections in the red pill and, we're already following that space and everything like that. So then it was like, oh, well, let's see if these guys, are into self-sovereignty, self-sovereign money. Oh shit, there's a lot of gold bugs in here. Aaron Clary, talks about a lot of, long-term stuff and stuff like that. It's like, oh, I think they actually align with crypto quite well. And so then that's where I was like, okay, let's go hard into that. But it's just like what do you call it? That self-sovereign ideology and being here's the kind of the ironic part, right? Like I would say in the red pill, there are a lot more people who are willing to take self-responsibility for things because they do, understand that, hey, nobody's coming to save me. It's all up to me, all that type of stuff. Right. But they're still humans. They tend to forget that shit. Right. They tend to, forget that, hey, I'm the person that presses the red and green button. So, but when I would see people complaining about information people gave, outside of the red pill, there's a lot more just like
crybaby. Yeah,
crybaby shit. Like it's just like, bro, like, are you even like an adult? Like, what the hell, And then like, but within the red pill, I would say, there's humans. You're always going to get that response from crypto at some level because somebody bought, 100% of their portfolio on LV or whatever, But besides that, like, I would say the majority of the whole space does fit very, very well with crypto overall.
I'm gonna make a meme edit of like saying like what we say versus what people hear. Edit, so it's gonna be like,
dude. Actually, that would. Dude, actually, we could make a good meme out of that. That would be, that's hilarious. Actually,
it should be like, you guys, like, I mean, GameFi is really only like 5, maybe 8% of my portfolio. GameFi should be all your portfolio. Like he's like, yeah, I made one DCA into Gala. He's like, throw it all into Gala.
I'd add more nuance too. I'd be like, GameFi is looking bullish. Maybe you should put 5% of your portfolio in 1 or 2 projects, up to 10% max. How much are the gains, Charlie? Well, some projects could do a 5x, a 10x, or whatever. Oh shit. Right. And then like all they hear is basically like, it could 10x tomorrow. Put all in. Like, God damn, bro. But
yeah, it's like, Charlie, grab the hummus. But that's what people hear. People just want to hear what they want to hear. You're saying there's a chance. That's what they hear.
To be honest, yeah, listening versus hearing is a different type of skill, right? Like when you play the game of telephone between people, right? Like if I say something and then, hey, you give the notes to the whole class of what I said, and then somebody else tell the other group or whatever, by the time you get to the 5th person down, it's like they totally lost the meaning, right? But sometimes people have that self-dialogue within their own head where it's like they hear it, but they don't listen to it. they only pick up the stuff that pings in their brain, and then the rest just comes out, and the only thing that sticks is like, I heard that thing could do a 10x, right? Like, which is like, yeah, it can, right? But like, will Kieran be able to pull it off, right? And the answer was
Miguel, what's your biggest moon math on this token? Well, if everything went right, if we got a $27,000 Ethereum price, the coin could probably do maybe 150x, and then he's like, so you're telling me there's a chance, Charlie? Well, yeah, but it's still, it's if it does do that, I mean, if you just put a small amount, you can make a lot of money, but that way it won't like fuck up your portfolio. And and all they heard was, it's time to fuck up my portfolio. That's all they fucking hear. And it's, that's why the GameFi shit I lost my mind on it, because like I can pull back like 40 times on like 40 different streams where I said, on like Root as an example, I made a $500 scratcher bet and another like $1,000 scratcher bet. I'm done buying. I make one or two. I literally said the numbers. It was like super small scratcher bet numbers, and people was like, Miguel, I've lost 25,000 on Root. I was like, what?
Yeah,
why would you put $25,000 into Root? Like, bro, or like, well, you've been talking about Gala for a couple streams now. I put in 25% of my Ethereum into it. Why would you do that? Oh, another one too. I think you guys have seen this meme right here. It's like this Indian couple. All right, they're like, OpenAI. What is the safest 100x I can make? Deep research. No risk. Small amount of money needed. And then it's like, take your time, and then that's all people want to hear is like, they're like, these are the list of coins right here. These are the most profitable to make these returns, but these have a chance to do huge returns, but you can't put that much money into them. And they look at the list and they says, well, I'm gonna put all my money into just those bets.
Yeah.
Why? Well, you guys said those that have the highest chance of X's. Yeah, but if all these other things you have to have an $8,000 Ethereum, you have to have a fucking like $160,000, $200,000 Bitcoin price. You have to hit these zones where the rotation money could hit, then they can move. But like, if that doesn't happen, you're fucked. And he's like, so you're saying, Miguel, I'm going to fuck. No, and then it's literally like, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if they're just flipping on the show for like 15 minutes or 10 minutes.
No, that's what it is. It's like, what do you call it? They make it past the first two webinars, literally just grab the coin list. Okay, I'm just going to buy a bunch of that, and then watch 0% of, or not 0%, but watch nothing on the rest of the webinars. It's like, and this is why, then we moved the risk webinar up a lot earlier in the webinar series. But yeah, like, it's just like, man,
we're going to be like, listen to the risk webinar, retards. If you don't, I mean, but like, this is why we made the risk webinar such an important part, and we keep going back to it because it's really important. Like, we've said this in multiple classes that we went from like the strategy we did in 21, which is much alt heavy, that this strategy we were recommending people to do the most advanced guys. We still recommended 30% of the portfolio to be Bitcoin, Ethereum, right? But we recommended for the average person to be 50% Bitcoin. Now you can choose all Bitcoin, all Ethereum. That's up to you if you want, whatever. But right. But we like a combo. We like a combo Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? And and we're going to say this on Fresh and Fit as well. Like, half of your money in Bitcoin, Ethereum, but 80% of it during this year of the money you're putting in, because these prices are not going to be here. Those super low prices. Then as your DCAs goes along, what will happen is Bitcoin, Ethereum will keep going up, but eventually there'll be a little bit of a lag out on Bitcoin and Ethereum. Some of these alts could go up, and then your portfolio will end up being kind of like 50-50. But if, let's just say, the other half of coins you choose are bad, the Bitcoin and Ethereum will save you at least dollar-wise, right, from like the bad mistakes you did. Then you can just completely get out of alts and then maybe refigure your portfolio into newer stuff if that's what happens. But this works for people that are here right now and in 27, right?
Yeah. One analogy that I like to put on that, just for that part that you mentioned there, is like, if you ever go on a small sailboat, right? You could play it like, you could play, what do you call it? Like in Minnesota, we have like 10,000 lakes. So if you like have like a group of small sailboats going around, you could play like pirates or whatever. Just have somebody jump onto the other boat, take the rudder blade, basically out of their boat, jump onto yours, and just watch them tip over. And basically, right, the last man standing or the last boat standing wins. And it's like that rudder that keeps your sailboat from just flopping over is basically your Bitcoin and Ethereum. If you take that out of the portfolio, you know, watch it, you know, go down like that, right?
Right. So before we sign out here, just because this guy's asking a lot about it and stuff like that, it went pretty viral, but like the Venic token, the VVV, it's a play that GG had, but the problem is that there's people that were recording it and then blasted it all over social media and stuff. So Gary he got it. When Gary says he's out of it, he's literally out of it, bros. He's out of it. Basically, like one of the scratcher bets you can make this cycle, which we talk about in the crypto mindset course, is low cap AI tokens, because people are like, AI is dead. No, it's not, dogs. It's going to have its cycle. The reason that token looked interesting is because it was on Base. Base doesn't have a token yet, but there's a huge market. If we know they're going to have a token and they're on their Coinbase and it's one of the biggest chains, and they're now rolling their own chains because they left OP now and they're making their own either L2 or L1. That's one of the only L2 tokens or many L1 tokens that make a lot of money, and they have the backing, the infrastructure, and now the incentive pool. If you're like the main AI token over there, that's fucking massive. So there's a lot of money speculation into AI tokens on Base right now. Just be careful. If it's cheap enough, you want to throw some shekels, that's up to you. By shekels doesn't mean throw it all in, right? But you can speculate. But the problem is like know where you're at in the market. If Bitcoin takes a shit right now, 20%, you're losing 70% value on that token. I promise you, because people get scared. They'll shake out really quickly into Ethereum and sell into USDC. And then once they bottom, you invest in these tokens during the Ethereum bottoms, or about 3-4 months after the Ethereum Bitcoin bottom, and they'll still be relatively cheap because we're not in full it's on mode yet.
Yeah.
So you have to be careful, you guys. So thank you so much for joining us, man. I think Charlie have a stream tomorrow.
Yep, I'll be doing my regular stream tomorrow. Update on the market and what all is happening in crypto going into this week. Tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. Pacific, 6:30 p.m. Eastern on the Cultivate Crypto channel, baby.
Gee. Yeah, and I'll be going live Wednesday and Thursday. So both me and Charlie will be live on both those days. Time might change a little bit on the Thursday day because me and Charlie will be traveling on that day, but we will have at least one stream on Thursday, and then we'll be live Friday with the actual launch of the Crypto Mindset course live from Miami.
Yep. And on Wednesday on my channel, me and DCC will be interviewing the CEO of Aerodrome and Dromos Labs. So that'll be exciting. We've been waiting for that one for just a little bit of time.
We pull through, you guys, even though it takes a bear market to get it done, but we'll get it no matter what.
Sometimes that's what it takes for people to free up. And still, most of his schedule over the next 1 month is basically travel in Europe because of the ETH conference over there. So
people think Ethereum is dead, you guys. You guys are people are crazy. People are crazy. Like
a lot of Base and Ethereum
melding. Yeah, a lot of money. And there's Bitcoin has a ton of money. Ethereum has a ton of money. These exchanges, especially Kraken and Coinbase, have a lot, and Binance have a lot of money. So they're bear market proof in terms of they have the money to keep investing in their ecosystem VC wise, right? So you got to look at that, and we make pivots and stuff. So we'll give you our recommendations in terms of what we're personally doing with our portfolios during the Crypto Mindset course. We're going to be gone for the whole month of April in the CMC, you guys, and we'll probably be by sometime in May, maybe end of April, possibly.
Yeah, we're working out the schedules and everything right now because for us this year, we're working a lot in the background on the business, but then also just in terms of like how we're scheduling stuff. There's going to be a lot of stuff that we're giving you guys, especially for everybody who gets into the Crypto Mindset course, everybody who's in the Citadel, everybody who's in our products basically gets, the constant stream of stuff throughout the year versus we'll kind of be on and off on YouTube throughout the year as we usually do, because we will be giving you guys more information. We'll be giving you guys more services throughout this year. So we're just we're ramping things up. We're building a lot. We got some AI webinars for you guys as well. Lots of good stuff. So I think somebody asked if there's a meetup in Miami. We haven't made anything formal, but hey, if there's enough people that are like, hey, we're okay to meet you guys or whatever on a certain day, we might do something, but no guarantees.
Might throw a little craps class, maybe a cigar, possibly. We'll see.
Right, cigar one's usually a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's usually a good one. So, thank you guys for joining us, man. Get on the wait list. I've just tagged it in the chat right now, and get ready. Let's go make this money, you guys. Peace.